coming soon. Until then, enjoy the vibes.
My baby, your body's on fire. Hey, body's on fire. Just enough. My baby, your body's on fire. Hey, body's on fire. My baby, your body's on fire. Yeah. This one I can do with the jabba. Me, I no get time on the jabba. Dada cover my face, calling me lava. Biggie man, we know the where I money, what's it come? Chewbacca, all depend. We can go, ride the wind, and make it, die for nothing, my nigga. What's it come? Chewbacca, all depend. We can go, ride the wind, and make it, die for nothing. Make you no say anything when you do, they must commentate.
I can't come and kill myself.
Anything when I did do, I did try to they do on my way.
I can't come and kill myself.
Plenty survive we face just to make sure money day. All my people that go say I know one fight, I know one time, I know one payment. I want enjoy, I want jump life, I want buy me food, I want build house, I still want to know. Tell me, what what's it come? Chewbacca. All the penny, they get it, ride the money, and the feet, ride the nothing. My nigga, what's it coming? Chewbacca, all the penny, they get it, ride the money, and the feet. Different things them happening, schemes and packaging. In a one night for shows I'm juggling, flow like the ocean, my boat I'm paddling. Shada up Bella, that's my bro, my family, bows in chains. When it comes to money, I take concentrate. Like I tell you straight, you are not my mate. If you become mission, I be head of state. All my people then go say I know one fight, I know one time, I know one payment. I want enjoy, I want jump life, I want buy motor, I want build house, I still want to know. Tell me, my nigga, what's it come? Chewbacca, all depend. Look at it, ride the money, and the kids die for nothing. My nigga, what's it come? Chewbacca, all depend. The galley, ride the women, and the kids die for nothing. Oluwa Bana,
All right, hello to everybody. Let me go ahead in this chat and speak to everybody, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I got about like 3 or 4 different things to talk about. So, I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. We got AKD up in the building. We got the real white Frank up in the building. What's up, boo? Dr. LaShonda up in the building. Samantha Rogers, welcome. LaKendria, hey, boo. Let's see. Madam of the Mess. Okay. And let's see. LaKendria, thank you so much for becoming a member. I see that on here. Must be at the bottom. Jay Parrish, hey. We got MB. MB, it's so good to see you. We got the MVP up in the building. Vibrant, it's good to see you. We also have... We got Soul Sister up in the building. Let's see. So this is where LaKendra became a member, and I do thank you for that. Anthony Smith, who is also a member, thank you for that. Tammy Lynn, welcome to the chat. Let's see. C. Dupree is up in the building. Toya, I was gagging off of you the other day. Where was I at? And you had hit the link. And I don't remember whose page it was, but you was up there carrying on. Like, my mind is just so out of it because I've been trying to catch up with a little bit here and a little bit there. But you know how that is. If you miss an hour of YouTube, it's like you've missed a whole day. And if you miss the whole day, you miss the whole week. If you miss the whole week, it's like you missed the whole month. And it's impossible to play catch up on these lives sometimes. I promise you. To the point I be watching stuff and I don't even be remembering what the hell I watched, what took place, what's going on, and who said what and who did it. Child, I can't remember. Oh yeah, I can mod you back up, Vibrant. I just was like, let me know if you want your mod stick back. I just didn't want people to be, harassing you all because of me. Like, I just think that's so ridiculous. So I can come and do it through my YouTube side. So I'll make sure I do that. Hold on a second. So I was over at Pizarro's because, like I said, if somebody's live that I support, then I pretty much will stay over there, while they're live or whatever. But when Mega Bus hits the link, it's a wrap for me. I was like, let me go get my drinks. Let me go ahead and start my live up because when her or what they call him, Tiny Elvis, whenever they hit any type of panels, skirt, I'm gone. Hey, Swag. Hold on. So, I got you in just a moment. Vibrant. I gotta switch over and get to the YouTube side. So, all right. So he's in the best shape of his life, right? So just comment so that I can do it. So therefore I don't be like looking down or whatever. Let's see. Here we go. I see Zion up in the building. What's up, Zion and Swag? Add as a moderator. Okay. There we go. I got you. All right. And what's up, Diva? I see you up in the building. Okay. So let me go ahead and get started. So I stand corrected when it comes to Fire Marshal Bill, because I thought for certain that she couldn't stand up. I was like, what's the gag? I had even asked Brianna. I was like, Brianna, what's the tea? Because it's a reason why this girl never stands up, right? So Brianna was like, well, she's shaped like an upside down balloon. So that's why she doesn't want to stand up. So I was thinking, I was like, I think Brianna is still covering for her. I think that Brianna just don't want to embarrass her. Which, I mean, I don't know why she wouldn't want to, as much as she keeps her mouth up on Bree. So I was like, maybe Bree just don't want to humiliate her or whatever like that. And she just, didn't want to come for her. I thought she was looking like the pastor at the church because he was riding through on his electric scooter. He had a scooter in a cane. Okay, you're doing bad when you got a cane in a scooter. Okay. So what had happened was, I'm just going to spray my own self because I'll never get nobody something to spray me later on, or I'm not saying Heath that you would, so don't take it the wrong way, but I just know how this YouTube stuff happens. Later on, they be like, do you know who was the one who went and got the picture of Kimmy? Okay, so what happened was he had a video of the service, right? But whomever's the videographer was not doing a good job. They were way up in the sky somewhere with all the lights. So the video was very grainy and it was very choppy. You couldn't see nothing. You couldn't see nobody. You couldn't see nothing, right? So that was the viewing. So I was like, well, give me the information. He gave me the information. And in return, I said, here you go. This is what you need. But I had already found it and I had already looked at it. And what I was shocked about is the bitch could fucking stand up. Now, what I wasn't shocked about is when she turned to the side and looked like she was pregnant with triplets. I wasn't ready for that. I did. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. It's on here. I can show y'all because I surely screenshot it. I did. I truly did. I ain't even gonna lie about it. Hold on. I know I screenshot more than like the. Now what is this? Hold on, y'all. I don't want to be showing y'all the wrong thing, child. I be having too much stuff up in my screenshots. This is what I wasn't ready for. I said, oh, this why she won't turn to the side. Girl, you could have just went and had dinner with me, girl. I tried to invite you out to lunch. See, once I try to invite a person out to lunch or dinner and they don't want to have it, I'm like, child, I'm going to go ahead and leave them people alone. But as y'all see, she did not hesitate, and she was talking about me over there on her live. So when you talk about me, then I don't mind giving you a little tap on the hand, right? So if y'all wondering why she don't stand up, this is why she don't stand up, okay? Because she looked like she carrying triplets, okay? Now, she had the audacity up in that church to be sitting up in there with her church hat on, cocked to the side, like she a real church mother. But do the pastor know what you here doing on YouTube? I'm just asking. Now, what I really was looking for, because I really don't care nothing about all that, services or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I've lost people, and I know that is not an easy thing. So I'll never sit there and really make fun of that. But what I was looking for is I'm like, okay, let me look and see if I see this so-called husband sitting next to her, because if your grandmama died, but you was calling her mama, and the only reason why somebody would call their grandmama mama mean your mama ain't raised you, okay? So I'm looking to see where is Roger at, but they weren't really scanning through the crowd like that, so I don't know whether he was standing next to you or not. But that one guy, there was I don't know if he was a pastor. I don't know if he was a deacon. I don't know what he was. He really favored your husband. Is your husband a part of that church? I mean, maybe it wasn't him, but they did look familiar. So, I mean, I'm just asking. I really don't care, to be honest, but I'm just asking. So, I will take full responsibility for this. Yeah, he posted or whatever, which, it was her skills, her knowledge or whatever. I didn't even think that your grandmama had died. I thought that you was using that for sympathy, because you're that type of person. You tell people all kind of stuff just so you can have people out here fighting for you and stuff like that. You do stuff like that. So I figured, well, even though your grandmother was like 95, so I was thinking, well, if she ain't dead, she gonna soon die, is what I was thinking. So I stand corrected. I didn't think your grandmother had really passed, and she did. And I didn't think you had any legs. I thought for sure that you had no legs or you were in a wheelchair. So I was so shocked. I was so shocked when I went over there to see you standing up. Now, what I didn't expect you to be doing, as much as you talk crazy about people, is to be sitting up in that church with them flip-flops on. Now, I get what some people are saying under Heat's posts and stuff like that about obviously you never been to church before because people wear flip-flops. I can tell you something. I have never a day in my life ever wore flip-flops to church. Now, I've taken my shoes off at church because my feet hurt. I can also see putting on a pair of flats or a pair of slides. But what I ain't never going to do is throw on a pair of flip-flops. Absolutely not. That I ain't going to do. Not no white. I'm just not going to do that. So, moving right along, I just want to tell y'all and take a little responsibility. Yeah, that was me. So when you own it, you take the power away from it. So, what else? Oh, so let's talk about James real quick, right? So I was listening to James I was listening to the replay of his live where he was talking about Rico and El Teddy and Wiley and all this other stuff. But what he's talked about a couple of times was he talked about Raggedy Ann. Y'all know Raggedy Ann is Ness, right? So he was saying that basically she talks crap about his color contacts, but yet she has color contacts. So my question to James is, does she really have color contacts? Because I don't believe that she does. When you say that you and her, y'all got the same thing going on, no, I don't believe that you do. I think that you have contacts in your eyes, whether they're prescription or not, but I feel like you went to an eye doctor to go and get them. At best, she went to the beauty supply to get her contacts, right? And if she didn't go to the beauty supply, the other thing that she probably did was she used a filter, okay? So she's just using filters, and most of those filters is always going to give you, you know, gray eyes, green eyes, blue eyes. So no, you guys are not the same. So I just had to clean you up on that lie. Absolutely not. What else do I want to talk about? Okay. So now people have been hitting me up, and I'm just going to tell y'all now. And I know sometimes people like to let me know what's going on or who's doing what or whatever, but I don't need anyone to tell me about bald mouth, jack-o'-lantern teeth having ass Brooke. Now, there are different kinds of jack-o'-lanterns. You got yours, Dr. LaShonda. You should see yours on there. You said you found the church and the pastor. Did you see the pastor? I'm like, how in the world can he tell anybody about any sins when it's a sin to have gluttony? The pastor, like I'm not even exaggerating. The pastor, 500 pounds, and he's in an electric scooter with a cane at the same time. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, no, you weren't fired. I had unmodded everybody, Muffy, because they were threatening my mods and stuff like that. So I unmodded everybody, but I can mod you back up. That's not a problem. Like some of y'all, I might have to end up doing after the live is over, because y'all know I got ADD and used to be down with OPP, and I will easily get distracted. I don't understand why I don't see Vibrance. Oh, I see it now. So Muffy, just comment again, and then I'll get you. But the pastor, I had never seen anything like that. And then he rolled through down the line in his scooter and everything. I was like, where they find? Okay, there you go. I'm like, where they find him at? Yeah, I would never. But hold on, this is the thing. I see Muffy on my StreamYard side, but for some reason, I don't see Muffy on my YouTube side. Or am I going crazy? I got to make sure for some reason you weren't put on the block list, which that should have never happened. But I can't even see you on YouTube. Unless I'm going absolutely crazy. Yeah, Muffy, actually, I don't even see you on my YouTube side, which means I don't know if you accidentally blocked me or something. I'm not for sure, but I'll try to get it worked out after. So yeah, I've just never seen a pastor in a wheelchair like 500 pounds. How are you going to talk about any sins when it's a sin to just sit around and eat like that and get excited and ecstatic about it? You know what I'm saying? See, oh Lord, yeah, see, like I can see you right here from the StreamYard, but I can't see you on the YouTube side because I'm looking through on my phone because I was going to go ahead and mod you back up, but for some reason I don't see you. So somewhere along the line, you're blocked. But I think maybe you might have accidentally blocked me because I know that I would have never blocked you. So yeah, that's what was going on there or whatever. And I'm just like, what in the world is this? How you need the cane in the wheelchair? I'm confused. Okay, you said you didn't block me. Yeah, I'm not for sure what's going on. Let me just check my I'll check the inside of mine No, I would not. She would never be terminated. Muffy's a sweet person. So yeah, I thought that was real crazy. And so I also found out that Fire Marshal Bill and Tracy are no longer cool. Well, I'm not surprised by that. What I am surprised about is that I be telling y'all that these people don't like each other. And when I tell y'all, y'all don't want to listen to me. Y'all have to find out for yourself. So it took Fire Marshal Bill to stab Tracy in the back for y'all to then understand, you know what, she really don't like her. But I told y'all that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't listen to her drag or none of that other stuff. And I think we all should get to the point where when people are fake kicking it and they're all up in each other's faces and, oh, you know, that's my girl, and you sit on that person panel and you hanging out every live and you doing all of this stuff, but then you go live and you start chastising them for supporting somebody. You don't know why they support little Elvis. Well, we don't know why the fuck she was ever supporting you. So then you want to check her on that, and then she basically drops down, and then you keep on going, you know, going along with it, and you keep on adding more to it. So it's just like I'm not really surprised by any of it. I'm surprised that it took this long. And I think the Fire Marshal Bill is feeling herself because she came back and she's getting good numbers. We're not going to deny that. We're not going to deny that she can pull numbers. I'm not even going to deny the fact that she's entertaining, because she is. But what she also is she's a liar. She's also miserable. She's also pathetic. She's also lots of different things, because for a person who don't have their chick, their child, why are you always up in the house? Why don't you ever leave the house and do something with yourself? We know you ain't going to work. We know you don't work nowhere, but you're not even going out enjoying life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just how we see that. So let me get into Jack-o'-lantern, right? I don't need nobody to tell me about that girl and her going live and talking about me, because whoever else she's talking about, they don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck, okay? Nobody is thinking about Brooke. I'm not thinking about Brooke. And when I do think about Brooke, she's not going to be able to handle how I deal with her. Now, I don't got to tell you what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. But like I said, wait for it. She comes on here talking about, I don't care anything about you shaking pills, and won't you come and pull up on me? Girl, please. I don't want to go nowhere where I might end up with bed bugs. I don't want to go nowhere when I leave out the house. I got to shake roaches off of me. No. Don't invite me to your dirty ass house. We already know that you don't clean up. We know you don't do nothing with yourself. And then we have her husband, who says, just keep it between y'all two and don't bring the kids into it. But this is what I don't understand. When you know how dirty a person fights, why do you continue to mess with them? When you don't know what they're going to give you in return. Why beef with a person that you've heard cuss out other people's kids? Why argue with people that you know will resort to certain type of behavior if you don't want that behavior done to you? Because, see, some people want it done just so they can run around and have a reason to cry about it later on or look for sympathy. So while we have Jack-o'-lantern, she telling me to pull up on her. I didn't say nothing about wanting to fight her. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not scared to fight her. I'm not scared of her. But why would I pull up on you and you're not even willing to pull up at the dentist? Matter of fact, you're not even willing to pull up in the bathroom with a toothbrush and some toothpaste, because the type of stuff that you got going on with your teeth, that stuff, it's not giving just no drugs. This is, you ain't brushed your teeth, plus you probably was on some drugs. It's giving, I don't give a damn about myself, because like I said, I seen a picture of you 10 years ago and you had all your teeth up in your face. But now you look just like this fucking pumpkin. You see how this pumpkin got 2 teeth at the bottom and 2 teeth at the top? And I'm giving you some grace. I'm giving you some grace with this one. Because I don't even believe you got 4 teeth up inside your head. But people think that I should be concerned about what you're saying about me. Why would I care? Oh yeah, it's just their turn. Why do anybody think that I would care about what the hell she talking about? She can't even pull up at a gynecologist. Okay? This is a person who talking about some, oh, I lied, but I didn't call CPS. Look, if y'all want to keep talking about I call CPS, then believe it. If I call CPS, maybe I need to start with you. You got a child under the age of 18. Maybe I need to call CPS and ask them why the hell can't you remove that plate of food from the table? I might want to call CPS and let them know his mama thinks that she was pregnant, and his mama thinks that she had a whole daughter out here, and she don't have no daughter. She got sons. She don't tend to her son, but she been tending to this imaginary baby. So if I was going to call CPS on anybody, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to start with you because I truly believe, and this is what I'm going to say to you, Malik. You say keep it off the kids, but maybe somebody needs to keep it on the kids. Because if y'all have a child together, I feel like that child needs to be living with you. Unless it's just some type of game that y'all playing together. Because there's no reason on God's green earth while a person is out here faking a whole pregnancy and still has custody of a child. Because let's not be mistaken. Your son is a child. He's under the age of 18. He has to depend on his so-called mother to take care of him. And the only thing that she doing is stacking up plates of food and putting it at the table and then coming on YouTube to scream and holler at the top of her lungs. You see, I've been tending the kids. I ain't had time to be on YouTube cussing y'all hoes out. You know why? Because kids come first. You still haven't gotten that down pat. You've been on here for how many years? You've been in how many sectors? You done went from Kanika Jenkins to R. Kelly to you trying to so-called want to be in the beef sector. You're not. Never will be. You didn't try to be over there in Mo 3 and all around the corner. And yet it's still, what you still haven't done, you could never be in the mommy sector. Because if anything, you're a bad mother. Because you're spending your time on the wrong stuff. You're so busy trying to celebrate a child that don't exist. You're not even busy celebrating the child that you do have. And then all you do, you talk about the son who was in college or, as you say, going off to the NFL. But from what I was told, you didn't even raise him. He lived with his father. Am I correct about that? I mean, I really don't care, but I'm just saying. And if he actually made it to college and doing something great with his life, I would imagine that his father did raise him. Because we know that you couldn't do anything that's productive because you're too busy on YouTube off some dumb shit. And I blame, she said you, if she said you was the reject, I don't know what she talking about because she been all over the place. As she say, her best friend, you know, the one she was bumping and grinding in the bedroom, her best friend, she said that he's the one that started the R. Kelly sector. But my question is that something to brag about? Because I don't think it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, will I still listen to an R. Kelly song when I get ready? I sure will. I sure will, because I love his music. But if you think I'm going to be going to an R. Kelly rally, a R. Kelly concert, if I'm going to be out here buying some of his music and all that, nah, I ain't going to do none of that. But see, that's the type of stuff that you have on your mind. You out here with a whole husband, but you out here seeking boyfriends on YouTube. So if I need to call CPS on anybody, I think I need to start with you first. Okay, just know that. Who is that? Oh, he said Tommy. No, he ain't. He is not B sector and never was B sector. The only time he's ever came around in the B sector was to cuss out and talk under women's clothing. Now he used to be over the girl Kiki's channel, and he used to be over there flirting with her over there in the comment section. Girl, look, RNY, that's a good one. He do look like the Thais report. And Wiley up to the eyes, but he got the nerve to tell me that I'm this and I'm that because I won't let him cuss out Vibrant. Nobody should be allowing Vibrant to be cussed out by somebody in a R. Kelly sector. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? Come on now. Up people on some crazy stuff. So, you know, and if her husband is cool with her still being cool with somebody that she used to be in a relationship with and they used to bump and grind, then hey, that's on them and whatever kind of weird stuff they got going on. I don't know no man that's going to be putting up with that nonsense. That's going to be having their wife sit up in another man's face. So I'm not shocked that she went to him for a so-called interview. But my question is, who watched the interview? Because I know I didn't. I can't even tell you one person. Well, actually, I'm telling a lie. One or two people did give me cliff notes, but they only gave me what she said about me. They had said that she had told me to pull up on her. But see, my question to you is this. You still haven't pulled up. You was talking about pulling up a whole week ago, but you still haven't showed up nowhere. So my question is, when are you coming? Matter of fact, it really don't matter when you're coming. Just come. Just come. You the one that's so big and bold. What's the problem? You talking about fighting. You're not important enough for me to fight. To be honest. What am I going to sit there and try to make you content for? And like I said, the stuff that she has said about, now let me just go ahead and tell y'all, because Rita never told me or said, hey, she needed a tea or whatever. Or maybe she did or didn't. I don't know, because I ain't been on here. But what she said was, she said she works for the government. Now, what exactly she does at the government or in the government, I don't know, right? So she said that she had looked up Rita, and she had looked up Rita's daughter, and she was over there talking about what Rita's daughter's baby's name was. So I'm talking about Lala. She was talking about Lala's baby. And she was like, his name is, and whatever she said his name was, I wasn't even paying attention because I frankly didn't care. Like, what purpose would it like serve me, or what would I gain from knowing what Lala's baby's name is? So she was like, yeah, I know her baby's name, and Rita don't even know what her grandson's name is, but I know what his name is. I looked up everything. You forgot I work for the government. Oh, she said she worked for an insurance company. She told me she worked for the government. Who knows? Because she does lie a lot. Diva said no, she doesn't. Well, Diva, you know, anytime you want to slide me some, sis, if you got it, you're more than welcome to do that, okay? Because she also said that I got somebody fired. Guess what? If I got a hoe fired, she shouldn't have been messing with me. Everybody knows what it gives, and if you don't want it, distance yourself. Stay away from me, okay? So, you know, at the end of the day, that's what she said. She said she looked up Rita, and she looked up Rita's daughter, grandson. That's what she said. I wouldn't know whether Lala had a son or a daughter. I have no clue what she had. Wouldn't know, would have no way of knowing, never have looked to find it out. Also, too, daughter here. Let me get into daughter here and what she said about daughter here. So one time she was telling me about daughter here. Now, mind you, I don't have no problem with daughter here, right? So me and Mama Sippin', we used to even talk, you know, behind the scene. Matter of fact, let me move this jack-o'-lantern. Being so Halloween coming around, whenever y'all see one, think about Brooke, because that's exactly what she looked like. One of them. She think because she a little bit on the light side and got a little bit of hair on her head that she could get away with having a raggedy mouth like she got. I think not. Okay. So daughter here, she was trying to send me some video or whatever. She said she had this video she was going to send to me. Now, why she was going to send it to me, I have no clue, because it's not like I was ever going to play it or put it out here, right? So she was like, she said the daughter here ran over one of her kids. And I was thinking, if daughter here ran over one of her kids, she would be in jail somewhere. So now I don't know if she trying to say that that's why she was in jail or did no. Matter of fact, let me take it back. It wasn't her kid. She said it was a random kid that the daughter had ran over. And I was just like, what? And so this is the thing. You claim to have beef with daughter here, and you supposed to have beef with Rita. So after you whoop their ass, why don't you let me be third on the list? You don't want no smoke from none of them people down there. I assure you, you don't want no smoke from me because you keep telling me to pull up to you. You think I'm stupid enough to drive to Baltimore so you can call the police. Come on now. Y'all must think I'm real motherfucking stupid. I'm crazy, not dumb. Okay. Hold up. Let me see what Sparkle says. You got her on the ropes and she's waving the white flag. When did she wave? Who? You must be talking to Diva because she was still talking crap about me just the other day. Talking about CPS and calling people's jobs and all of this other crazy nonsense or whatever. How do we know what her best friend looked like? Because he got a YouTube channel. Let me help you out with it. Oh, shit. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm sorry about that. So when y'all say what do you said her best friend look like? Let me help you out because he do got a channel. But hold on, y'all. I'm gonna help you out. And y'all will see that he definitely does look like Thais and a combination of Thais and Wiley. Because that's definitely what it's given. I don't know why suddenly, I don't know if y'all that have channels seen what StreamYard put up recently about you had to accept all of this other crazy nonsense or you wouldn't be able to go live anymore. If she's a government employee, she doesn't understand that all it takes is are you saying like a call or an OIG? Yeah, I think she's playing a dangerous game no matter what it is that she's doing. You know, I don't know what she does for a living. I frankly don't even care, to be honest. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna put this picture up so y'all can see it. All right. So now this is her best friend, ex-boyfriend, right? So this is why people were saying, let me move this off, they're coming off the screen. This is why people saying that she has a type or whatever. I call him Fat Albert. But so this is, the boyfriend is in the single picture. And then, of course, on the other side is Wild Eye. And then below Wild Eye is Thais. Now, Thais do be reading down. I ain't going to lie about that, okay? So, yeah, that's the best friend. Not cute at all is correct. He said he know Rita, too. I don't know how he know all of these people or whatever, but he said he knows Rita. He's known Rita for 20-some odd years and all this other stuff. And, you know, there was once upon a time where he was like, it's going to end badly and we all from the same town and we shouldn't be doing this. This is when they was beefing before they ever was supposed to be meeting up and stuff like that. And even then she was out there playing games. Now, how she's saying that she even knew where Rita lived. She told me she knew where Rita lived because she pulled Rita's information up. But see, you didn't tell Rita that though, did you? Did you tell Rita that you had the address to where she had moved to? Hmm. See, she felt comfortable telling me that because she know that me and Rita don't really do each other. Like I don't have no beef with Rita, but Rita stay over there on her side of the world, and I stay over here on my side of the world. But she had been already doxed Rita whether she put the information out or not because she had told me about it. Sure did. Sure did. What's up, this heat? Now this heat, I told them about the picture and everything. I said because I didn't know all the information. I didn't even think her grandmama had really had died or whatever. But once the video that this he had was, you couldn't see through it. I was like, hold on, let me see what I can do. And then I found the clear one, and I was pretty much just looking for the husband because I'm just determined. I just feel like you lying. Not that it really should matter, but if you're leading with my husband, that little sound clip to be like, my man, and my man. That's my man, that's my man, that's my man. Like if you always leading with that, then I would think he would be sitting or standing right next to you at the funeral, but I don't know because they didn't pan the camera around on that end. And like I said, unless he was one of those pastors that was standing up, because that one of them pastors looks similar to him. So I don't know. And they say you've been wanting to be a first lady for quite some time. And girl, you had your first lady hat on, cocked to the side. Sure did. So I am going to drop the link in case anybody has any questions if they want to come up here. Because other than that, I really don't have much to say. I haven't really been on here, so I don't really know too much of anything that's going on. Now, I did see the little piece that happened. I was talking about this because ZX asked me to hit the link and come up and talk about that as far as what had happened over on ODS's with King Roman and Pizarro. And then what I was saying is I actually really respect the stance that Brianna is taking as far as like I'm going to have boundaries and stuff like that. And I feel like that's what you have to do because on here, people will say that there are no friends on YouTube, but then other people will say, well, you can have a friend. But to be honest, if somebody's your friend in real life, you're not going to be hanging out with somebody that's dragging them. But on YouTube, you'll be cool with somebody, but then you'll also be cool with somebody that's trying to tear apart their whole life or cuss them out or doing whatever. And I'm not talking about anything that anybody else is doing. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about who I keep around me. So that's why for the most part, y'all might see me here or there, like a little bit here and a little bit there. But when I get ready, I'm just going to come and click my thing go live. So I don't really need to be on nobody else's live all like that. Because at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? People will be friends with people who have done crazy things to you. And it ain't going to stop them because they'll say, well, it didn't happen to them or they didn't do it to them. So at the end of the day, how is anybody really friends on here? Now, we also seen and heard about the and the little Elvis thing. And they're saying that, he took advantage of somebody and took $100. But why would they expect that people would be upset about that? Why would they think that people are going to do anything about it when Jana why I can't even talk now. Janter Lacker Teeth stood here and took money from people and ain't nobody mad about that. What's up this week?
Hey, what's up, Shelly? For some reason, do you want me to say his name or
You just call him the dude in Baltimore.
okay?
I
Well,
don't
the
really
dude,
give him no traction in life.
right?
Okay,
The
so what
dude,
happened? Was he talking to you or me?
I don't. He was talking to me, and he was basically saying like, well, well, Kimmy looks pretty in in the video, and it only proves that she can stand. And I was like, well, that was the first thing I said on my post. That was the first thing I said on before I even posted the video was that Kimmy can stand. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So I'm like, why are you trying to critique what I did? Because if you had that same video, you you would have posted it yourself. But you didn't, because you don't bring
right.
shit to the table. The only thing you're good at is giving unsolicited advice. And this and also he's also good at losing cases. He doesn't win any of his cases and shit like that. That's what he needs to focus on. He needs to focus on his oral hygiene while he's over here trying to tell me what the fuck to do on my channel, because I don't tell him shit about what he's doing on his channel. But if he needs to be the next area of concentration for me, we can have I can take my focus off of that bitch, which I won't, because that bitch is forever, indefinitely. I'm gonna mess with her. I'm gonna fuck her whole life up. But you, on the other hand, if you need me to put my concentration on you next, then we can do that. We can do that. Cause we know you're not good with cases and shit like that. We know you don't win lose. You don't. We know you don't win shit and stuff like that. So, you know, whatever you want to do,
Well, L Blue, I will tell you
bitch ass
this.
nigga.
I was thinking that, right? And I said, well, let me back it up a second and look to see if she actually walked over to the podium or did somebody help her get over there and they just took the camera and went over there. But actually, she did sidestep over there. So I was, because when I looked at the pictures that he did, this is what I told her when we was talking. I said, I believe she's in a wheelchair. I said, because there's no reason why that girl don't ever stand up. And then just as we talked about it or whatever, it just so happened two heads are better than one. And I said, bam. I said, oh my gosh, she can. I'm shocked that she can stand. I didn't think she could stand. I did not think she could stand. Actually, not even did I think that she could stand. I didn't think she had legs.
Dang.
I didn't think she had legs.
But
It
the whole
was a
thing was,
sidestep, L Blue. It was a sidestep. It was a sidestep for sure. It was a sidestep, and it was very swift and very. It was a side. It was right at the 3 minute mark. By the way, if y'all need to know. Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's a lot of things that are being uncovered and shit that's not even has not even been put out here yet. That is
That part
going on in
too.
the background. What you say?
That part too.
Yeah. So it's like, what have you brought to the table in the last few years? You don't bring shit to the table but running your fucking mouth. Anybody can do that. But you're not moving shit, and all you do is have these stupid ass fucking opinions. But I never asked you for no fucking opinion because I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about what I put on my channel. I'm gonna put what the fuck I want to put on my channel. If I could have, yeah,
It's
I
so
land.
weird to me though that the people that be having a whole lot of smoke for women, because let's just be clear, right? They be
Oh,
having a whole
oh,
bunch of smoke for
Shelly,
women.
Shelly, because
What?
he said you should have went after Brianna, and basically saying it would have been better if you would have went after Brianna, basically calling her a
Why? Why?
rhinoceros or
Because he
something
don't
like.
like Brie?
Yeah, because he's too much of a
Oh,
bitch
okay.
to do it himself. So now he's trying to pin women against each other. That's what I don't like about these FAGs and shit like that. Stop trying to put women against each other because I don't get involved when you be going against you and other people and shit like that. When you be going against your little people and shit, your fellow gay men and shit like that. I don't get involved with y'all shit. So don't get involved with me and me going back and forth with somebody else.
Hold it down for me for 1 second.
Yeah, so that went on. But yeah, so I was like, let me do like a grand finale. And that's why I did that or whatever. I posted that little video and shit like that. But like nobody gets involved when these gay men be going back and forth. Nobody really gives a fuck because it's boring anyways. So don't try to pin two women against each other. Me and Brianna has already had our back and forth. I'm not beefing with Brianna. If you too much of a bitch to go back and forth with her or to go whatever you want to do, don't try to call me to do shit. I'm not here to impress you, bitch. I'm here to impress myself. This is my fucking channel. I'll do what the fuck I want to do on my channel. That's what I'm going to do. I don't give
And
a
you know
fuck
what
if
I
you
think
approve
is
of that.
weird though? He has so much to say about what you and another woman has going on, but yet it's still, we ain't never seen him give James no smoke. Now I'm not sending no cat call or no bat signal for him to go mess with James, because we already know that he is tofu when it comes to James. James be wearing him out every which direction. Me and James were both in Baltimore, down the street and around the corner from his house. He didn't come pull up on James, so why is he telling you what to do with another woman? He need to handle his own situations.
Right. And they be so quick to tell women like women need to stay in their place. But when are these dudes gonna stay in their place? When are y'all gonna start telling these dudes to stop trying to get women to fight against each other and shit like that? Me and Brianna has already went back and forth. Brianna's not my target anymore. I don't have a beef with Brianna at all. I don't have no beef with Brianna. So for him to try to direct me in Brianna's direction instead of Kimmy's is very telling. And I'm not going for it.
Right. He wants you to go after Bree because he went and started some stuff with her. There's no reason to sit there and post somebody mama on your page, especially when you don't want nobody coming after your family or whatever. But anyway, I don't even really talk about that dude like that. I cannot stand him. Everybody knows that. But the nerve to tell you what you should say when, like Yaya said, they always say you can't tell nobody how to fight until you start giving somebody else the business that they so-called fake like. But how many times was he so-called trying to come against her when I was over there with her? You only like her now because what? She's supposed to come against me? But they always try to get somebody to come against me to be fucking weak sauce though. Like my fucking dog face got more get up and go than motherfucking Fire Marshal Bill. Because you know you've been cool with Fire Marshal Bill, so you know how she is behind the scenes. You know she be on suicide watch and everything. When it gets too hectic out here on YouTube, she get the rocking back and forth. And if you cool with her, you gotta talk her down and you gotta pump her up to go live and all this other extra crazy stuff. So it's just like, if you think she's that girl, she's not. But keep on thinking it.
The crazy thing is that I literally was not trying to do anything with her at all in this capacity. I literally was loyal to that woman and stuff
That
like
is
that.
true.
And then she turned on me. So I told her, I said, I'm going to make you hate me. I'm going to make you hate me. I want you to hate me. I don't want you to like me ever. I don't want you to fuck with me ever again. I don't fuck with you. I want you to want to kill me. That's how much I want her to hate me. So everything I'm digging up on her, bitch, it could be him. He could be next. Because that's how I move. Even if I'm not on here, every single day or whatever, if I'm not on here at all, I'm still doing shit in the background. You must understand that. I don't stop. I don't sleep. I still do stuff in the background. So keep fucking with me and let me focus on my targets and shit. And if you don't think I don't do stuff in the background, ask Shelly. Tell Shelly to look at her text messages all the time. Like, look what I got, Shelly. Look at this. We back and forth with information. So what you want to do?
Woo, child. Mm-mm-mm.
We about to start a whole detective company over
Oh,
here.
and the only thing he'll do is run right down there. Well, he can't run to the courthouse on you because they don't know who the hell you are. So it would be in his best interest to find somebody else to play with.
Exactly. But it's always people that want to do it with me like unprovoked. Now it'd be different if I did something to her, but I didn't do anything to her. She brought this all along herself. Because there was people in the background saying, you shouldn't do that. But where were you when you should have been telling her like not to do that with me? Because you already knew what route I was about to go. You already knew
Yeah.
what was gonna happen.
Yeah, and I know that like Bree feels, and I mean, I'm not going to take away like how Bree sees things or how she views or whatever, but I listen to her content too. But I still stand on you were sacrificed for content. To me, that's what it was. And I've seen her do that time and time again. Now, the thing with Tracy, I felt like she just wanted to go after Tracy. She already didn't like her. And it could have been any old little thing. Like, from my understanding, Tracy not even on YouTube like that. So it couldn't have been a thing to where Tracy's daily content is getting on her nerves. You know what I'm saying? So to me, you just didn't like her. So you was looking for a reason to go after her. Now, as far as with you, I was even taken back by it. I'm not really shocked by anything that she does. But even when you told me, I was like, what? I was like, I just didn't think she was gonna do that. I didn't think she was gonna go after you, especially how you were as far as with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you were even taken back, like, damn, like kind of not shook, not that way, but taken back to the point like, damn, I thought me and her was cool. I didn't expect her to do this, but she's loyal to nobody.
Right.
And so I was appreciative of some of the text messages and stuff that you put out, because she tries to act like she's above talking about people behind the scenes and stuff like that. When, bitch, you doing what we all do. We all do it. It is what it is. Stop acting like you're so above everything. Okay?
Right. The
Stop.
same people that she tries to act like she doesn't talk about. I mean, same people's panels she be on are the same people she talks about. The day before
Like
she
a
crossed
dog.
me, the day before she crossed me, she was on my panel on that video, Heavy, that wears the head and shit. That video, she was over there she was talking about Ness. She was talking about Ness. Next thing you know, but this is all about
But
content to her.
she's
This is
never like Ness though. Even when
right.
she's even when she was over there doing the Halloween contest thing. Oh please, girl, bye.
Yeah, because she thinks Ness is on drugs and she would call her crackhead all the time and stuff, and how I should like not mess with her and stuff or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all for content. Right now, she is desperate for money. Her grandmother passed away not too long ago, so she can no longer get those caretaker checks, and now she's just desperate for a little quick come up. And maybe maybe I was the sacrificial lamb or whatever. But well, you got to learn who to
Yeah.
mess with.
I think she also knew that like you had a beef with, I mean, and I'm not saying that you got beef or that you beefing with any more people than me, or that people like me more than you. Like I
Oh, I
think we
probably do.
both people both can't stand our motherfucking ass, right?
Right.
So it when you come after somebody that a lot of people don't like, that's gonna garner you an audience, because okay, well now I can run these numbers up. And so, but see, the thing she thinks she's gonna do is that she's gonna run numbers up off the back of people who just gonna sit still and let her do it. No, bitch. Anytime you mention me, I'm gonna come and tap you on your fucking hand.
Right.
And
And
that's
I
what
think,
happened today.
yeah, and I think she thought that I had like some sort of level of respect for her or something, that I wasn't going to, dig and dig and dig and stuff like that on her.
Right.
But no,
You mean how like Jack o' Lantern Teeth thought that I wasn't gonna put out no calling, no recording, and that's why she was all on the phone. Ooh, I trust you or whatever. You didn't think I was gonna do it because you know how much stuff you've told me in the past. You know how much stuff you said, how much stuff you've done, and I never took that information. I never did nothing with it. But it reaches a point where it's whatever.
right. And it's like, how many times you gonna be good to somebody, and they're gonna try to do something like that. I don't take, like, when people do that stuff to me, I don't take that shit lightly, and I don't forget anything. I don't forget anything. So I'm going to
Yeah, and you
stay
should,
on
because
them.
when you forget it, that's when they turn around and they do it again, because they feel
Exactly.
comfortable. And that's why I don't really go back and forth with people. Like, if we cool, we'll be cool. But chances are, if you make up with a person, whatever they did to you the first time, it's going to be even worse the second time, So I've learned my lesson with that, as far as like, I don't care how petty it might be. I ain't let no bygones be fucking bygones. You fuck over me, just stay away from me. I don't got time for it. Nope.
Right.
Nope. Nope.
And she failed
And
to understand, what she failed to understand was that I will go up against anybody. I don't care how long you've been here. I don't care what you call yourself. I will go up against anybody. And, I'm always up for a challenge.
right. And sad part, half these people really ain't no goddamn challenge, because the majority of them cannot stand alone. They can't do anything alone. So that's why they have to keep certain people around them, even though they may talk about those people in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was just shocked, because out of all the people that she has talked about that are her friends, she never talked about Now, I'm not saying she didn't talk about you to somebody else, but I can honestly tell you, she never talked about you to me the way she does with some of the, the way she did with some of them other people. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was a little taken back, like, wow, I didn't think that was going to happen. What's up, Sheffy?
Mm.
Sheffy, you ready for Vegas? Hope you won't be bored out there by yourself, girl. What's up, Happy Life?
I think she thought because she do those data removal services and stuff. I think she thought that I wasn't gonna be able to access her stuff, but I told you like I can do that. Like,
Yeah, she does. She pays, and she even told me she pays. I think she said $150 a month. She should ask them for her money back.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Now you got your family involved, and it's just a sad thing. It's just very sad, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, it seemed like her family may be some decent people, you know.
Her mother looks like a lovely lady. I would like to have a glass of tea and talk about, the old days and stuff. I would love to, have a chat with her mother and stuff like that. But it's just unfortunate that she has such filth as a child. You know,
You got the condoms right. I don't know. I ain't used condoms in so long. I really don't have any. But you trying to give it up like that, though, Sheffy? Girl, I still say I think people will be surprised when Vegas gets here as far as who's there and who's not there.
I mean, they have literally like wore Vegas out. It's like not even. It's not even interesting. Like nobody even wants to watch anymore. Like, I mean, now I want to watch because I want to see VS and Queen 88. Like, I want to see them over there. Like, see what they're gonna do. I don't even want to see that crew over there.
I
But
think that might be the only crew that you end up seeing there is VS and Queen 88. Other than that, and Sheffy, did they give you the money for your ticket or did they buy your ticket? How did, if you don't mind, if you don't what's up, Chipper? If you don't mind me asking, what's up, YouTube cameras? Did they just give you the money and say like we're sponsoring you, here you go, or did they say when you get there we're gonna give you a certain amount? Because I heard some people were saying that thing too, and I don't think people should fall for that. Like, I'm not going nowhere and then you're gonna break me off with some money once I get there. Like, hell no.
right. Well, she didn't. Didn't she? Didn't they like donate to her or something like
That's
that?
what I was thinking, that they had donated to her. So I think that's what they did. I hope that's what they did.
So she should already be good. I think.
Who was YouTube cameras dragging? You said a replay of her dragging. Who she was dragging? I know she was dragging somebody the other day. I'm telling you, it's like I can't remember nothing because I just been in a whole nother world.
Oh, some people are talking about how her and I guess Ronnie Q are like she took like Ronnie Q's morning spot or whatever. That's what some people are
Oh, I
talking
didn't
about.
know they had. I didn't know that they had times that it was owned to people. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not being. Now I can see you, Muffy. I don't know. Did you switch channels, Muffy? Because suddenly now I can see you. This is weird.
I don't know if they have like specific like spots, but um, she goes on like Ronnie Q does her thing at like 4 o'clock my time, probably 7 o'clock everybody else's. So
Yes, and that's another thing too. As far as the whole situation with Vivian and everything, I had spoke to Jay Wilson like the day after all this had went down or whatever, and I was like, "What's going on?" Because this is what people are saying, and I thought like, no, I can't really see Vivian doing no stuff like that. Like Vivian really, she's not into no crazy crazy stuff or whatever. So So yeah, I don't know why that was thought of or why what I don't know. I don't know. So I'm
Or
just
you
gonna
talking
say
about
I
Jay
don't know.
Wilson? You talking about Jay Wilson backing out or something?
No, the whole
The vi-
email where
oh,
Vivian
oh,
allegedly had asked for people's social security
social. Yeah.
numbers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Did he ever do a live addressing that?
I don't think that I don't know if he did or didn't. So I'm not even gonna say whether he did or didn't, but I had like reached out to him on the back end and I was like, what in the world is going on? And so when it came to Vegas, he just said, look, hey, we ran them people back their refunds, and I'm not gonna explain nothing else because I don't have to explain nothing else, because I guess he got tired of explaining, you know what I'm saying, why they changed, why they weren't going and stuff like that. So, okay, so her ticket was paid for. Wow.
So what about her money?
Yeah, because you still need money to go there and enjoy yourself, and you still got to have your hotel room and all that other kind of stuff. Yeah, YouTube cameras do be like, because like when I get up, if I get up like in the middle of the night, YouTube cameras will be live, and she'll be live for like a couple hours or whatever, like late night. So I mean, but see, this is how you got to look at it. Like the people who rock with you, they're gonna come over and support you. The people who don't, they won't. So
Right.
I think sometimes it really doesn't matter. To be honest, the replays, this is just my personal opinion. I feel like the replays matter more than the lives do. Yes, the lives are important because people will come and sometimes they'll stay for the whole live, the whole duration. So you're getting more watch time and stuff like that. But when you go live, you can have ads on it, but guess what people are going to do? They're going to skip the ads because they want to hurry up and get to what you're saying. With the
Right.
replays is when people, they'll get caught up in what they're doing at home or whatever. The ads might be playing for a while. So, you know, everything has its benefits and its losses. I don't think it's nothing for anybody to be fighting about, to be honest. Like,
It's
but
just a lot of stuff has been happening on YouTube Camera's channel. Like we can't deny that there's been a lot of like drama and stuff that's been taking place like on YouTube Camera's channel now. You know, maybe there's just cater to different audiences, or maybe they just do two different things on their channels.
right, exactly. Yeah. And even for me, like I don't and I agree with what Reed was saying. Like, if you become one of those channels where you're constantly dragging, which that's cool. Some people, that's all they want to hear about. But I don't want to be one of those platforms where I'm dragging so much to the point where when I'm talking about something else, nobody wants to hear about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna talk about this before it's out. This is not like coming against anything, whatever Pizarro has going on or whatever. And I get it, different states are different, but some people don't know that you can go certain places for back to school help or book bags and paper, notebooks, and all that other stuff. And then if you can't go to a place, your school has a community um, liaison that you can go to and you can talk to them. Sometimes they have whole rooms with, and how I know, like I went and registered my kids in school and they're like, hey, do you need any help? Because we have this and we have that. And it's like, I thank God that that's never been my testimony, but, it may be somebody else's. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to give out that type of information because somebody may need it. It's some things that people just don't know. I mean, there's been people on here that I've helped with medication. They didn't know that you could go to the pharmacy reps, and get medicine for free and stuff like that. So
Well,
sharing information has never been a bad thing.
that's my thing. Like, because I think I was looking at. I don't know if it was like Ronnie Q's what community wall or something, but she was basically saying that people. Oh, she was sharing somebody out, and she was like, "Well, people rather, smoke weed than basically."
handle their responsibilities or priorities when it comes to their children. And my thing is, instead of bitching, why don't you give these people some sort of solutions to the problem and shit? Why don't you give people options? You know, if you think that that's not what they need to be doing, well, why don't you, as an elder, why don't you guide that person since you have all the fucking answers? But instead, you want to just chastise, you know, a coolant and all this other stuff. If bitches have the answers and know where these resources are, so these people can go to these places or whatever, then do that. You know, but coming on your I just think that's some cowardice shit, and I think that just lets me know like you're just a bitter ass bitch and you just need something to bitch about. Mhm.
Yeah, and I also feel that, like, for me, this is just how I feel. Like, no shade against other sectors, but when it comes down to any other sector, I'm gonna make sure I'm holding on to my pocket like my life depend on it. Because what I've seen is time after time, the B sector goes to help people in other areas, and then they turn right around and give them their ass to kiss. So
Mm,
I don't care if it's $5, a dollar. I ain't giving it to them. But
right. You're
I
right.
do agree. If you have information, share it because somebody needs it, and it maybe I don't need it, but like what's her name? Victorious Shay. She did a live one time, and it was about all this stuff that you could get with Medicare. And I shared that information with my aunt. She didn't know it. I didn't know it. But this is what Shay does for a living. So she knows all of this, different stuff. And then I also, like, if I know information on how subscribers could get something, even if it's at a discount, I'm gonna try to share that with them because, to be honest, I know that these subscribers have got to get sick and tired of hearing us bring up money.
Right. And
If we do a
that's
meet
a
and
thing
greet,
too.
money. If it's a challenge, it's money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we all ask, like we all equally ask for, different things at different times. But that's the one thing that I hear them, they tend to complain about a lot, you
And that's
know?
true too. But then it's like, well, it's easy to critique, but what about where's your solutions? Because you're supposed
Right.
to be so intelligent, Ronnie Q. Where is your solutions to the problem? Where's your solutions? Where's your resources to give to cooling? Otherwise, shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Now, Shelly has solutions. Shelly has resources. My thing is that no one should be dependent on YouTube to help out. But damn it, if the woman has her damn children, meanwhile you bitches are donating and cash apping people who do not have their children, I will give a couple of dollars to a woman who's taking care of her kids versus a bitch that's not taking care of her kids, and y'all just laughing like everything is fine, even though that child is being abandoned. Coolin ain't abandoned her kids. I don't give a damn how many kids she has. She ain't her kids are with her. So I'm going to donate, and I'm going to donate to the
Well,
damn
you got
project.
a you got a point there too, because you do have people who don't have their kids, but they be on here asking for money every day and all day, like they taking care of a child. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of ridiculous too. So you do have to give a certain level of grace
Hmm.
to a woman who's actually taking care of her kids. You know what I'm saying? So, and we do know that heat's. I mean, not heat. We do know that Coolin's. Um, I don't know whether it be all the kids' father, but I know one of the kids' father is actually deceased. And
Right,
stuff like that. So
right.
you'll have a lack of support from that avenue. So yeah,
Y'all
I get
will
it.
support somebody who literally abandons their kid, but y'all won't support somebody who has all of their children. I mean, I literally seen y'all support somebody that was laying up in the hospital crying like a whole bitch. And then when they got on somebody else's platform, I believe it was Pizarro's platform, they was acting as if nothing happened, as if they were breathing perfectly fine and everything was fine and shit like that. So, y'all gave that person who did that whole act $1,000, but y'all won't support somebody who's taking care of their children. I don't get the logic. that's what
Yeah,
y'all do.
and
Y'all
Pizarro
cater to
also might
men.
have had the idea as far as like supporting women, because the truth of the matter is men do get a lot more support on this app, whether it be support as far as
Right.
viewership, whether
Right.
it comes with so-called loyalty or whatever. The men are going to stick together. You know what I mean? They're going to support each other. They're going to have each other's back. But for the life of us, for whatever reason, these women just cannot and will not pull it together.
You should be giving to your fellow women. These are the women, these women are the ones that are raising these kids. The women are the ones who take every single thing or whatever, who have to bear the weight, and have the world on their shoulders and shit. The men are the ones who get off easy and shit like that or whatever, while they beg you guys and ask you what's in your purse. Meanwhile, they don't give you shit. I'm getting tired of that. That is why a lot of people are pulling back, because they're like, well, damn, why should you put out content for bitches who are donating to a fucking bunch of losers that aren't even putting shit out, that aren't even bringing shit to the fucking table, that aren't bringing no content to the table, no type of information. They just sit up on a fucking panel and they're getting cashed at. So y'all should just have those men as the content creators around here. Since y'all don't want to support women, support those fucking losers and see how this where it goes from there.
Yeah, that's true too. Because I do see where these men, they get a lot of support and they ain't raising nobody. Jason, it's not that nobody didn't give. I don't know what they did or didn't do, but basically, she was just saying that people, somebody was talking about it or whatever. But
There were people critiquing, no, there's people criticizing why cooling should be, where her priorities are at, and oh, she's smoking weed, and and all this other stuff or whatever, and she should have been concentrating on, funding her children. That's what Ronnie Q was saying. So I was just saying, instead of you bitching like you always do and being bitter and being angry and shit, why don't you give her some solutions? Since you're so intelligent, an intelligent person should be able to come up with solutions to the problem. But you don't have any. You just want to critique people because you think you're better than Cooling.
okay, so Mary was saying the issue for people was Cooling isn't in the sector, even though we like her. There are mothers in the sector who have supported for years in need. Like there's other people in the sector who need, and I mean I could understand that too. But
Well, who
no,
else?
yeah,
And why didn't I mean this does it was Pizarro aware of that or whatever? Why not help everyone out? Why does it just have
yeah.
to
I
be
think she
one
took
person?
down some names. I
Yeah.
think it was like 5 people or something like that.
Because I
So
think I think Cooling was the one that, I guess, I don't know, but I didn't hear anybody else that had any issues and stuff. Like, the only
yeah,
person
I
I heard
think
was
because
Cooling.
her name was in the title, so even me, I assumed it was just for her or whatever like that, and then I was confused because I was like, well, wait a minute, they give this stuff, but as I found out that hey, every state is not treated the same.
Right. And also Pizarro could have been like, well, that's my moderator and I'm gonna look out for my people and stuff or whatever. She could have been like that. I mean, it could have been a whole bunch of factors to it. So I don't know.
Right, and you're right about that too, Muffy. Yeah. The $1,000 we was talking about. She was saying about when she basically talking about Brian when he was in the hospital and had got money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the very next day, or probably less than, he was on somebody's panel, breathing perfectly fine, cussing people out. So you guys donated to that, don't have any children and shit like that or whatever. But you won't donate to your fellow women. I don't get that. So when you end up fucking up your sector by just giving to men, and all these bitches decide to just leave you bitches to watch nothing but these dudes, you'll know why it happened.
Yeah, scamming and cloud chasing. I can tell you this. Your question is why y'all support other sectors more than your own. I don't. Y'all hardly even see me go to other sectors. Now there's a couple people in other sectors. What's up, pizza? There are a couple other people in other sectors that I actually um do like I'll go over to Divas and stuff like that. But when Divas dragging or whatever's going on, I don't know them people, so I'm not getting in the middle of it. Now, when it comes to like Mo 3 sector, the only person I think YouTube cameras is like Mo 3 or something. Maheas, I've been to his live 3 times. 3 times ever. No shade, but I don't really know what's going on over there. Even when I'm over there, it's because either I can't sleep at night or something like that. But I don't get in the middle of other sectors in their beefs. I don't do it because I'm not about to go back and do no history search and check and see what's going on. And I think the reason why a lot of times people within the same sector end up beefing with each other more, and maybe why it might seem like they support people outside their sector, is because what I've noticed is, and this is why I think all the videos and stuff are getting flagged, is because people do pocket watch. Nobody wants the next person to have anything. Let's talk about it. When your video gets an age restriction, you're not making any money off of that video.
Right.
Not only does the person have to log in and all that other type of stuff, no ads are going to be shown on that video. So the fact that that's being done to so many people within the same sector, I don't think it's anybody from another sector doing it. That's what people are doing to each other because they don't want the next person to have nothing. I think that's crazy.
Mm, yeah, that's I think YouTube is black sector though. I
Oh,
think.
is she black sector?
I
Okay,
think.
see
Yeah.
that tells you how much I knew. And I support her, but guess what? I supported her even more so. I hate to say this, people get tired of hearing me say it, but whenever Mega Bus comes on, I'm gone. That's where I'm at with it now. Because I could be over there trying to enjoy the content. She's always going to indirectly try to talk to me. And I don't feel like talking to her. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like joking with her. I don't feel like playing with her. I'm not screaming and hollering with her. I'm not doing none of that. Today, I was over there listening to Pizarro until she hit that link. She hit the link and said, Pizarro, why do you believe in voting on a poll but not at the elections? Guess what I did? Click off. I can't tell you nothing she said past that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Daughter
She's
here, did you
another
hear me
miserable one.
talking about you, daughter here? Did you hear me talking about you? Because I did talk about you on here. It was nothing, well, at least nothing I said bad about you, but I was saying how matter of fact, let me put her picture back up so y'all can see who I'm talking about. When this hoe was talking about you, and she had hit me up, and she told me that you heard it when she said you ran over the kid. Okay. And I was just like, what? Like, who runs over a kid and keeps on driving? But and then she was saying that that she had Rita address and she knew what Lala's kid's name was because wherever she worked somewhere for the government. Now she could be using some other device or some other service, and she could just be saying that. I don't know. I have no clue. So, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, she was, but she was talking about her on the phone with me. She didn't say it publicly. At least I don't think she said it publicly. But she said it to me like, "Oh, I got this video." She said, "I recorded it. I got it." Because she was in her car. She said she took the video down. She was like, "But I kept it." Yeah. Well, ain't karma, bitch? It sure is. It sure is, cause look at it now. She should have put her fake baby over in the street and ran over that motherfucker, cause the motherfucker still wouldn't have cried. How about that? It's so bad I had to come through with a baby to show her how kids make noise in the background. And I definitely wasn't doing that just for YouTube. Have you not talked to me late at night? You heard kids.
Right. Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure I ain't just pick up some kid off the street and put him in my car.
Nah.
Child, them kids make
Or
so
the
much
bunch of
noise I
kids.
can't even stay on the damn phone. But she got us. She got people thinking that if you got a kid in your house, you should never be able to hear nothing. You should never have to go on mute. Pizarro got to the point she don't even say, y'all hold on, wait. She just go ahead and put on mute, period. She like, I'm not playing with y'all hoes.
Right.
DMV, period. Yes. Pizarro don't even play them games. And then people like, I don't think she got no kids. Girl, we used to hear her kids. Where y'all been? We used to hear her kids in the background. But y'all kept on so-called trying to dox her and doxing the wrong people and sending CPS to the wrong person's house. And at the end of the day, she don't even got a mute to protect somebody else. But she doing it because she got tired of them people, CPS, going to that other lady house. You know what I'm saying? Child.
But why? Why did she lie in the first place? Like, I mean, is there mental? Is there something going on? You know.
I think it was mental. And then I think it was also about money. And see, this is the thing. Sometimes people don't want to come out and expose cash apps because, and I'm not really for sure why in this sector, but in this sector, a lot of people have their cash apps under their government name. And I've been telling people for a long time, change your name on your cash app.
Oh
Am
my
I lying,
goodness.
Peter? Am I lying about these people having their real names on the cash apps? I've told them repeatedly, change your name. This is not the place where you want to do that. But see, they think because, oh, if I'm giving somebody a couple of dollars, they're not going to do me like that. No, these people don't care. They get mad with you or you don't do what they want you to do. Or even they might be trying to explain something and prove a point. They're going to go put the cash app out and now everybody know your name. So it's just like, no, you can't do that.
Right.
But you know, they used to with PayPal, like we used to use PayPal in the
Mhm.
beginning. And you know with PayPal how you can have like 5 different names for your PayPal
Yeah.
and it's the same account.
Hmm.
I think they need to do that with Cash App. You get what I'm saying? So you can have one if you want to have it in your government name, if you want to have one under your business, you know what I'm saying? Your YouTube
Yeah.
name or whatever. They need to get like PayPal. But a lot of people in this sector, maybe they don't know how to go back and change it. Like BBW got when BBW got doxed or whatever, I didn't know until ODS has said that it was coming up on her StreamYard. Now I don't
Mm.
know how, whatever she had done or whatever, because the verification or whatever. And so I'm like, look, I mean, at this point it was already put out there. But that's another thing that I'm never going to do either. I'm never going to forgive nobody that doxes me. And when I
Right.
say doxes me, it could be down to a text message, right? Of what I said, what you said. To me, that's a dox because that's you putting out private information to the public. And you have people who, at least they did that to me. So then I came back at them, and then it just went this place, that place. But nah, I'm not gonna play them games.
Hmm.
Yeah, they don't be listening, and to it be well, one up. You probably missed it. That well, if you want to go ahead and explain it to them, they said, "How did you get that video?" She already had the information. It's just the video that she had was grainy. So S. Hutchinson did a little 1-2 and sent her the clear version.
Hmm.
But it definitely was, two heads together is better than one. And I
Oh
think
yeah.
we really need to start. When I said that earlier, like I'm dead ass serious about that.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
I think we
I
would
mean,
do good. But we could talk about that another time. Everything ain't for YouTube. Um, Child, let me tell you, them kids wore me out so bad. Did yesterday. I was in the car. This is when you called me. I couldn't even move to even touch the phone. That's how I was by the time I dropped the baby off, the older one. He was already gone
Um,
because he had to go back to school. But I was so exhausted. I fell asleep in the car. I came in, I got in the bed, and I didn't even get up until this morning. And then I was sore. I was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? So I give it up to all the women out here that actually have kids, not just mothers, because anybody can shit a kid out. But I'm talking about the ones who are really doing stuff with their kids, sitting down, doing learning, sitting down, making sure their kids are clean. I don't play no games with that. At least with the baby, I'm changing him at least, and I'm not talking about no pamper. I'm talking about his clothes at least 3 times a day. Cause I don't want to see no kid looking dirty. If you wiping your hands on your clothes and you done spill something and all that. When we touch the street, baby, you gonna be fresh.
mm,
You gonna be fresh. Yeah, kids want attention. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, and what I did say probably before you had got here, and
but
what he was saying, Pizarro, is that at least you're trying to do something for the women, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it really ain't nobody that's trying to support when it comes to women. And what I was saying is that, like, I just came on the thing. I didn't really know what was going on, but I try to share a lot of information because while I might not have, 100 to give here or there or 20 all the time, what I can give you is information, and information is free. But that free information can get you a lot of things. So,
right.
but when we
And
did book bags and stuff, girl, ain't nobody want no book bags. They wanted cash. I'm like, but or even maybe they just didn't want me to send it to them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, y'all can tell Vivian y'all need it. I'll let her send it because y'all know she ain't even with that right there.
right.
Hmm.
I mean, there's just a lot of ways that you can, like, help people, get on their feet, like financially and stuff like that. But there's a lot of routes, especially even if you're like a felon or whatever, that you can go in to, make a good amount of money and stuff like that or whatever. So, it's all about, do you really care, or are you just trying to criticize that person and stuff, like, what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, they don't give a shit if Colin get money or any of these other women get money. It's just that, I just want something to bitch about, to me.
And you know what's sad though? You have people that know stuff and they won't even share that information because, again, they don't want nobody to have what they have. So they'll keep the information to themselves because they're too scared. Like when I was saying, remember when the whole divorce thing was coming up, and I was saying that you can, and then I didn't even know. I think it was at okay, because it used to be twice a week, but at the courthouse you can get free legal help Monday through Friday.
Right.
That right there is priceless. Like how much it costs for a lawyer. You go sit down and you get a consultation, 30-minute consultation with a lawyer. You're talking a couple $100.
Mm.
So what's up, View? But I just feel like, I don't know if people don't know the information. I don't know if people don't, if they, I don't know. I don't know exactly why, but sometimes they legit don't know. Like my cousin was telling me a program he got his son on. It's a high school. It's a high school or whatever. So he gets to get these different trades. It's not jobs. It's not Job Corps or anything like that. So he's already got 3 certifications, working on his fourth, and they'll pay somebody for rent, like whoever that child is staying with. They'll pay that person rent, but it can't be the mother or the father, because they feel like if it's the mama or the father, they should be taking care of you. So if it's whomever, as long as it's not your mother or father, they give them $700 a month for rent every single month. And I'm like, wow, like, well, I can't even say where was that when my kids was in high school, because it was never a time when my kids, you know what I'm saying, would be living outside of mother or dad. But But yeah, like he moved his son up from DC, and things have been amazing for him.
Yeah, I would definitely say for somebody who has like felony, I mean, like, or is a felon or whatever, I would definitely go tell them to go like the route of getting some sort of skill, some sort of trade. You definitely need a trade. There's, what, thousands, hundreds of trades, I'm sure, that you can get. Um, that you won't have to waste like all that time, like people when they, in that, like people who have went to like the college and stuff like that, like myself, you won't
Sometimes
have to
the
waste
trade be
time.
working out better because you be seeing
Well,
people with all these
trades.
degrees and they're not working anything within what they went to school with.
Well, we live in a time that trades are actually definitely more lucrative than, people who just go to school and they waiting for somebody to give them some sort of job or something. There are a lot of places that are in high demand, and all you have to do is have some sort of certification in order to obtain that job or to get in that field or whatever, or become an entrepreneur in that particular field. So, you know, uh, I think that that's the route that, instead of us just donating to people, help them get some sort of skills, help them get get into some sort of program so that they can get a trade, so that they won't have to beg on here and things
Right.
like that. See, that's what a logical person would do, instead of, oh, they shouldn't be begging. No, help them get a fucking job, help them get some sort of career and shit like that, so they won't need you bitches no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
and that student loan, that shit ain't no joke. I mean, by the time people paying back student loans, and so if you can go ahead and get that trade, and as far as like the CNN, I did I say
mhm.
CNN? What's the damn
Yeah,
name
you
of them
said CNN.
people?
CNA, or you talking about?
CNA, girl. I said CNN, girl. CNA. They have, okay, so if you go through like an agency, right? So let's say you want to be a CNA. Okay, you can go, of course, and go to like a trade school or whatever, and you're not going to get that for free, whatever, because they got to make their money too. But if you go through an agency, or if you go through like a hospital or a retirement home, nursing home, or whatever, a lot of them have their own programs where you can get the trade from them. The only catch with most of them is if you don't keep that job working with that company for at least 6 months, then you have to pay the money back. Same thing with CDL. There you can go do your CDLs on your own. They're not that hard. Like I had all my B's and stuff like that, but then you have to have that vehicle to go out and do the driving part of it. And then you got to have somebody that has their CDLs or whatever. But there's a lot of companies that you can go through, and as long as you work for, said different companies and stuff like that, and if you don't, then you just got to pay the money back. But by then, you're making good money. Like my brother has his
Right.
CDLs, and he ain't hurting for money at all.
Right, right. It all depends on what field, you want, you need, you're good at, or whatever field that you have the best, skill set in. I think
Yeah.
that that's where you should go. Like there's medical trades, there's trades in IT. There's different types of trades that, that you can go into. Even like people who do the hair, people do hair, do
Oh yeah.
nails, all that shit. That shit is also very lucrative and stuff like that. When you look at like, especially like, and especially if you can like make that into like some type of travel or the food industry, all different types of like different things that you can get into, that is way more quicker. If I had a kid, and if they did not want to, like if they did not need to go to school for a specific like career, I mean, I would tell them definitely to go and get a trade. I would never waste their time with college. Like I would
Right.
never do that. I already did that. I would not have them waste their time. Like I would tell them to get, a trade depending on what they wanted to do.
Right. And you know what I think is crazy? Let's say about like pharmacy technicians and stuff like that, or even a pharmacist or whatever. You talking years and years and money and money. But those pharmaceutical techs, they did not go to school for that, and they are making a lot of money. The company
Mm,
I used to work with, a catering company, that's when I really started to find out like how they're basically giving a doctor's office all of these different things, and that when the doctors are suggesting certain medications for you, it's not always because they think that's the best medicine. It's because that's what the pharmaceutical tech came and gave them, or whatever like that, this the free samples and stuff. And you might be thinking, okay, well, my insurance doesn't cover this, but they're going to give me these so-called, these free samples. This is a good thing, but it's a lot of little stuff that goes along with that. But you don't really have to have any degree or anything to do that. And I would see us take hundreds of dollars and take it to the doctor's offices for the doctor and the nurses and them to have free lunch courtesy of the pharmaceutical tech or whatever. But they're just doing that because they're making them a lot of money when they're writing out them prescriptions for $2,000 medication. Bam, 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 bam. Like it's all like linked up together. And some people don't even take the time to like even look into that because they're just like, well, my doctor, I trust them. Yeah, your doctor's also doing what works for him, you know.
exactly. What's the most like profitable for him and stuff like that or whatever. So yeah.
I'm messy. When you said $23 versus 93, do you mean like the pharmacy tech versus the pharmaceutical rep? Because them pharmaceutical reps, maybe that's what I need to say. Them pharmaceutical reps, they make hella money. Because the same guy that I used to take the food from the catering company over to the doctor's office, I also went to his house. And he was like, wait a minute, I know you. Oh, he live in a big old house.
What
They
are they
make
saying?
money. Yeah, they make money.
What is that person saying?
They were just talking about like $23, right? But I'm not for sure exactly what part they was talking about because we talked about so
Oh,
many different things. Pharmaceutical representative, a bachelor's degree in any can work that job. I don't even think you need that because maybe some companies require that, but when I talked to the guy, he was trying to talk me into doing it.
right. And do you honestly, is college overall, is it a scam? Because to me, I look at it as a scam, to be perfectly honest. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think trades are, at the end of the day, when you look at the pros and cons, trades will always win because there's a reason why they took trades out of school and stuff like that or whatever.
Right.
So
There's only few schools now that do that. Like out here, I was shocked when I had you know, when my daughter was in high school or whatever. And the thing with her is like she had to pretty much, I'll say, like start high school all over again because she finished school in Jamaica, but because they do like the education different. So basically by the time when we got back here, those credits didn't add up to anything. You know what I mean? Like
right,
religion, that's a part of education. So they're not going to give her credit for that. They're not going to give her agriculture. They do that out there, whatever. They here, that's no. So by the time when we came back or whatever like that, even though she had already completed school in Jamaica, it took her all the way back to the ninth grade. Do you know what type of drive it takes to know that you're old enough to graduate and you in the ninth grade? But she did what she had to do. Like she went to school, nice school, and she did what she wanted to do. She wanted to have the U.S. diploma as well.
yeah,
Um, Indeed, they do. Yeah, some might have a college degree, and then also talk about too the people who are lying and they're going and purchasing these degrees. I don't know if y'all remember that year when all those people got busted at the White House because they had purchased their degrees
I
on,
remember that. Yeah,
and one person got caught up. I don't know if somebody had told on that person or whatever, but then they had this whole investigation and to come find out like it was just so many people that had never even didn't even have the stuff that they claimed that they had.
Mm.
Oh, Chipper,
Wow.
yeah. They make a lot of money. Like dude was talking to me and I was like, wow. Um, but everything is it's just amazing how things turned out because now if you were to ask me would I ever do that? No. No, because I know that when doctors are out here telling you to take medication, it's not always um for the best or what the
Right.
betterment of you,
Right.
you know.
Well, they're looking to gain. I mean, get a pro. I mean, to gain a profit off of it. That's why I don't trust. Like, I don't trust doctors at all. I don't trust them at all, or whatever. But um, that's why everything is like holistic or whatever. With, but I don't have anything like wrong with me. So I mean, I don't have like
Yeah.
no medical
But I
issues.
mean it's still good, like even no matter what, it could be a cold. Like
Hmm.
people are out here dying from less, you know what I'm saying, on medication and stuff like that. So it's nothing wrong with the holistic thing. I told you my daughter goes to a holistic doctor and she
Yeah.
refuses to go to a regular doctor. She feels like they push medication too easily and she's just very she's not a vegan for play. And I know some people are so-called, vegan and vegetarians, but they don't really live by that. They just
Hmm.
think it's a cool thing to be like, yeah, I'm vegan, but they doing all kind of other crap. Or they'll say, I don't eat meat. Just because you say you don't eat beef, that does not make you a vegan. That drives my gears when I hear people saying that stuff. They'll be
Right.
like, yeah, but yet you still eating cheese, eggs, using butter. It's like, are you okay?
Which is actually like pretty much has the same effect or it's in some aspects is worse and stuff,
Right.
if you think about it, because it's all of that is acidic, all that is in making inflames your body and things like that. You shouldn't even be eating that stuff, especially people who are of African descent, African American descent, or indigenous, whatever. They should not be consuming dairy at all, or meat if you want to be pretty honest, but definitely not dairy. Especially black women should not be consuming dairy.
Yeah,
And
I have
yeah,
a doctor that told me this was like back in the like early 90s. And to this day, I've never heard another doctor say this, but I believe him. He was like, milk is the worst thing you could ever consume. He
yes,
was like, people talk about pork and this, that, and he was like, but no, milk, that all that a lot of people why you see them constantly having issues with like mucus
because
and all that other stuff is coming from milk and it's just should not be consumed.
it's pus. It's pus. It's liquid pus and stuff, and you
Yeah,
know, I mean, designed to what give like their. It's designed for another the same that animal. It's not designed for a human to consume, and that's what you're feeding. Like some of these people are like feeding to their kids and shit like that, and all these different alternatives, to dairy. And I wouldn't put nothing like that, in a kid's body and shit or
body,
whatever. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because and it's high. Also, dairy is also highly addictive and things like that. So
Yeah, why you think kids be screaming and hollering even when they turn one? So now they not on the mother's breast milk or they're not on, the infant meal, Similac or whatever, but they're still boo-hooing because they want milk. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. It's just as addictive as somebody with, Pepsi and sodas and stuff. Yeah.
right. Because I
Yeah.
wasn't even allowed to like eat like certain foods like growing up and things like that or whatever. But when I would go over to my grandmother's house, like I could have candy and all different types of stuff. But when I got home, like I couldn't eat any of that stuff. No, no, none type of artificial sweets. Any type like our version of sweets would be like fruit and stuff like that or whatever. But nothing like not no like candy or anything like that, or definitely not no dairy or anything. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And I wish that like even as a child that maybe because once you get hooked on some stuff and you be like, God damn, this shit's so good. It's harder to kind of like revert over to some other stuff. But when you start your kids off with it, they don't know anything different. So, and some people get mad and they're like, why are parents out here just because they want to be vegan or whatever? Why are they doing it to their children? I think they're actually giving them the best shot at life. You know what I mean? Because the
Right.
kids don't know any different. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. I know my friend who made like she has a baby and she made all of her babies like formulas and stuff like that or whatever. And like her
Hmm.
baby is so sharp, so alert and stuff. Like, it's like dope, man. And she's so
She made
healthy.
she
So
made him
healthy.
formula from an infant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. And she breastfed as well, but she made them like formulas and like their food until they were able to, you know, consume like adult. I mean, not adult, I'm sorry, like, regular food and stuff. Don't
And
like, yeah.
yeah, and also too, Chipper, what you're saying, if you ever want to look at a person's, and I know like my health is some crap, but when you really want to look at a person's overall health, take a look at their hair. When you're seeing people who are only 20, 30, and their hair is damaged, it's bald, teeth aren't right, like all this other stuff, is because it's also diet, their health. I mean, just a lot of it. But what's up, View? How are you doing?
I'm
Oh,
doing good, Hudson.
hey,
Can
yeah,
you
we
hear
didn't.
me?
Yeah, I hear you. We didn't went all over the place. We went from one thing to another, but that's what I like doing. Like I like having conversations sometimes when you talking about real life. And we're not judging anybody based off on
Yeah.
what you're gonna eat or what you're not gonna eat. I don't eat chitlins, but I'm not gonna knock the next person that's eating them. I've actually never eat chitlins. I'll tell people I don't eat chitlins, they're disgusting. I just look at them. The smell of them alone is enough for me to be like, nope, not doing it. Mm-mm.
Okay. How the heat? How are you doing? I don't think I've been on the panel with the heat. How are you?
I'm good.
I think this might be, if it's not her first time, maybe like her second time being over on the on my panel, but yeah, I've
Oh,
enjoyed her. Like even this conversation, I see numbers is dropping because people don't always want to hear about anything that makes
Well,
sense.
you know
But
what, Hutchinson, don't even worry about that. Let's continue with the positivity. Okay. So I just mentioned the fact that I think I've been on the panel with her before. I have. So let me just not even come up in here like that. Anyway, so y'all was talking about something that I like that's interesting because I'm so sick of listening to these motherfuckers on here talk about bullshit that I don't give a fuck about. So y'all over here talk about some the eating, dairy and non-dairy. So when I heard somebody say something dairy and non-dairy, I was like, well, bitch, let me get over here. Um, because first of all, hold on. Hutchinson, I am doing a little giveaway with your thing, with the thing that we're going to be having or you're having. I've got
uh-huh.
some stuff I want to put together. So I asked you, I don't know if you saw the email. I'm putting together a package that you can do as a big giveaway or do whatever. So I've got like 7 things already. These are 3 more that I'm adding. Some really name brand pencils, a coloring book by a black artist and illustrator, and then
Mhm.
a $17 puzzle from the Dollar Tree. Anyway, so I don't. Did you see my email that I sent to you?
I don't think I have.
Okay, that's fine. Don't
I
worry
have.
about it.
I've been.
So
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, so I want to do that for your giveaway, which is going to be September the 28th.
8th.
Is that?
Hmm.
Yeah, September 28th. Okay. So you can think about that, but I did send you an email about that. But anyway, so anytime y'all talk about
Yeah, I have
anytime
some
anybody
different like little games and stuff that I'm gonna be like
okay,
I'm gonna be doing giveaways over the period of time of that because some people are gonna be longer, staying longer than others. So
yeah.
I have like a little game sheet. It's gonna be some fun.
I'm gonna
Hey,
send you a whole
party.
bunch of stuff that you can do prizes if you like. And then if you want to give it as a big prize, you can. But I want to definitely support because I will be in the house at the meetup of Miss Hutchison. Okay. The Hutch. So anytime y'all talk about thing dealing with food, I really want to get in on here because y'all, some of y'all are mothers and raising kids and stuff like that. You all need to recognize the danger of feeding your kids dairy products. Now, I am I say lactose ignorant. I know it's not lactose ignorant, it's lactose intolerant. But my stomach goes ignorant whenever I have dairy products. Okay. And if you are a baby and you have that dairy product introduced into your system and your body just doesn't know where to go with it, it's going to make the child sick. It's going to, what's the thing when they cough all night and cry all the time?
Oh, like the
Cantankerous
when they
or
have
Colic,
croup.
colic.
Oh, colic. Oh yeah, colic.
colic,
Colic.
colic.
Yeah.
COL. Uh-huh. And so if you're bringing in a newborn and then you don't even know what the fuck you're allergic to, you need to really learn that before you bring a newborn on because they may still be allergic to the same things that you are allergic to. Now, dairy products for Black people is very high for us to be lactose intolerant. Asian people are also lactose intolerant. The only people that really have not been diagnosed as not having big issues with it is white people. Okay.
Right.
And
Hmm.
I'm not saying nothing bad. It's just what it is. And it is something that you really need to look at because intolerance, especially when you're growing, that's something you can't focus on nothing. You just had some damn ice cream and some yogurt, and now you need to be in school doing some.
Yeah,
It's
your
just an
stomach is doing
order.
a
So
double dutch.
your stomach doing all this kind of fucking cartwheels and shit. And
Yeah.
yeah, and so I'm glad I see. The only reason why I'm over here talking about this with you because I know you can understand it, and then I understood what the heat was saying because it is no human being is supposed to be getting their nourishment from their parent unit of goddamn cow milk, which is actually pus. It's pus, it's blood, it's congealed blood, it's pulse, it's artificial stuff that you don't need. You need to be giving your children a better diet. So the fact that they're feeding these kids all this goddamn pulse enriched milk and thinking like, oh, they're just little finicky. No, they're probably
Can,
sick. They
can
probably
I
want
tell
to
you
fart.
another reason why I think
Go
they give
ahead.
that milk to them kids a lot? Is because a lot of them, and this is just my opinion, not all, but for some of the mothers, they're too lazy to really sit down and cook their kids a home cooked meal. And they know that with that
Mm,
milk is filling, of course, because pus and blood and whatever else, and they rather keep on giving them a bottle, whether it be milk or in a cup or whatever, instead of them sitting there and teaching their kid to eat a proper home cooked meal.
Right.
and those are kids with teeth. Now, suppose the ones that don't have no teeth, they just got a tongue and they just need to be, whatever you put in their mouth is what they're going to eat. And they're not supposed to be eating and drinking dairy milk or goat milk. That's not, they're not goats. You're not raising goats and cows. You're raising human beings. You need to go ahead and slap your titty up, however you got it, and give your kid, your child, some nutrients, some real irons and vitamins and all that type of thing. But people are too lazy. They can't do it because now I can't be seen feeding my child real human milk. I can't do that. They're making it hard for you to do that in the government. You can't get on the bus and suckle your kid. You can't do that because somebody's going to get turned on. It's just
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, I like
And
what they've done at the airports. I don't know if you've seen them, but they have those lactation stations
yes,
so that the
yes,
mothers
ma'am.
can go in there and breastfeed and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna tell you what else a lot of women don't know. They think that if they have big boobs or whatever, that like that should be so impressive. Like, oh yeah, well my kids,
Yeah.
or when I have kids, I'll be able to do this or that. But here's the thing: the bigger your breasts are, it means the more fat you have in your breast. So your baby's getting more fat. So it's basically if a lady has a smaller breast, that milk is actually more healthy for the baby. Now that I didn't know.
Hmm.
I actually, was with the child
Yeah.
myself. Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
don't
And-
forget like dairy is linked to a lot of different cancers. And I don't think
yes.
people understand that. People will be shocked when, ovarian
cancer. They will be shocked when they hear about leukemia and things like that. Like, there's a lot of different things that dairy is linked to. So I would never put
Hmm.
that into my kid's body. Never.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But a
And
lot of people don't think about that because you know what? When you go, I'm sorry, Hutchinson.
oh no, go
Let me
ahead.
just let this one out. If you go and see, this is why I don't like going down goddamn grocery store aisles with the meat part aisle. I don't mind Whole Foods for some reason. Whole Foods and Wegman, at least they make it more humane and make it look fresh and stuff. Like, oh yeah, I like to eat that steak. I don't really fuck with meat like that, but I do eat it sometimes because I'm so anemic. So I feel like it's like a double-edged goddamn sword. I want to eat the tofu, but bitch, the tofu is the same cost as the goddamn steak and shrimp. Okay, I said shrimp grammatically incorrect. But so I know, and what I'm talking about, I'm really speaking about it because I go through whole life decisions trying to figure out, am I going to order vegan? Am I going to do this and that? Because I eat both. And people are like, well, how are you going to eat vegan? But didn't I say you eat KFC, bitch? When I tell you it's a goddamn struggle in my mind and my stomach every time I want to eat something, okay? But the side of my body that wins is the side that organic, healthy salads or non estrogen chemicals. Like I fight every time I eat anything. Okay, so don't think I'm not over here just. Well, she said she was a vegetarian, but the bitch ate a goddamn KFC chicken wing. I hate goddamn view. Well, hate me if you want to. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Anyway, I don't know why I had to say that. I just feel like I was aimed for somebody. But no, we need to be mindful of what we're doing, and we can't just like say all of a sudden I'm vegetarian and I'm vegan and then you still using goddamn fish grease to fry tofu. So there's like a
That gets
whole
me.
like,
That
you
even
know
gets
what
me
I
when they
mean?
say
I'm
that
just
they're
trying to.
vegan. They're like, I'm vegan, but I'm eating fish. Well, you're not vegan then. What are you talking about? They call all kind of different stuff. Like, oh God, it irks
And they
me.
try to label it. They try to catch me with this shit, Hutchinson. They try to catch me with it, but I tell them every time, y'all can't catch me. Okay, y'all can't catch me on this shit. Okay, so yeah, I thought that was
Just
kind of
just
funny
like
with the
you can get
tofu and
just like you can get protein from vegetables. Now, granted, not a whole lot. You're
Mhm.
not gonna get the same amount that you would get from a steak, but you get it
Right.
nonetheless. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
Mhm.
there are like different, well, I could probably get like a bring like a list or whatever, but they're actually, you actually have higher amounts of protein from plants, from lentils and other things like that than you do
Mhm.
from your meat source, because you got to understand that the meat that you're consuming is getting their protein from the source, from the plants.
Right.
So
And they're
so
eating
Exactly.
it.
the meat will always be the middleman. The source is always
Mhm.
going to be the plants.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And
what your
so
body needs to sustain health is not even protein. That's what people have been taught. Oh, you need protein. No, your body needs minerals. As long as you have
right.
minerals in your body's
The
going to function
chemicals.
properly.
Yep. I always say chemicals, but it is the minerals. I say chemicals, but the minerals is the same thing. Your body needs those nutrients. It doesn't really give two fucks how you're getting it, really, if you really want to think about it. But the better quality of the minerals or the nutrients that you're giving your body, that's going to show. It's going to show. It's going to show on your blood numbers. You all need to go get yourself checked out. Go get a regular exam. Just say, doctor or whoever you going to, can I have a yearly exam? Don't matter if you ain't been to the doctor in about 15 years. Don't matter. Go ahead and get a yearly exam. Let them take the blood work. Now, try to work up toward that. Drinking some water, drinking some juice, eat a couple of salads and shit. But go ahead and get the test. Go ahead and let them stick your arm. They're gonna take about 2, 3 vials of blood, and they're gonna let you know everything that's going on with your body. Everything. And then whatever you already have diagnosed, they're gonna let you know what you need to do for it. It's so simple and so easy. Instead of sitting on here for 8, 9, 12 hours a day talking shit to bitches that y'all don't even give a fuck about, that y'all not even gonna see. You dragging kids, you dragging this and dragging that.
But
Check on your own self.
She
Check on your
said,
own self and then work towards that.
Angela said,
Now,
we're
yeah.
not supposed to eat fish. Why did Jesus eat fish and feed slot of people with 3 fish? Can someone answer that?
Yeah,
Um,
that's a
what is
biblical
she talking about?
thing.
Yeah, but
Well, and
oh
it's a
God.
biblical thing. But Angela, Angela,
Oh my
we're not
God.
talking about that. Angela,
I mean, are
we're
you
not. This
gonna
is not a biblical.
And
We're just having a normal conversation, Angela.
let me explain this part. I'm not vegan. I was vegan at one point. However, even when I was, I never try to persuade people in one way or another. Now, what I did tell
right?
people was I feel much better. Overall, I felt better. The only reason why I went back is because I was in a hospital and it just became, too much. So got back into it. I always tell people one of the biggest mistakes I feel like I ever made. So, um, I'm not really trying to tell anybody that it's a bad thing to eat it, but what I am saying is that I think a lot of the things that we consume we shouldn't. Um I don't remember us talking about fish. Um and I
Right. I was
think
like,
that
when?
like yeah, we didn't talk about fish. And I'll tell you this. Now, I have a lot of roster friends, right? So with them, they eat, as they say, ISIL is vital, so they believe in eating clean. But most, I'll just say some, I don't want to say most, but do eat fish, but you couldn't pay them to eat chicken. They definitely not
Right.
going to consider eating turkey. They're not going to eat beef. And some people um, who just not even for health reasons, they refuse to even touch any form of beef. I think pretty much you have to do with whatever is better for you and for um your health. Hold on, let me see what she said. Hold on, she said something else to you. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. She says, but y'all talking about what we should be and not shouldn't be eating. So, viewers of view, you don't read or believe in the Bible. But she was talking
What?
about milk. We were
What?
talking about milk, and milk
Angela White,
is
What?
blood and
Angela White.
pussy.
First of all, Angela White. Why
God.
are you labeling that directly towards me when we're having an open conversation? I believe Hutch made this topic of the thing and said open or something. Why are you directing to me? And why are you saying I don't read or believe in the Bible when the
But
college that I went to is a Bible college?
what if you didn't?
You
Who
raggedy
cares?
bitch. Shut the
But what if
fuck
you
up, Angela White, and don't say nothing else to me. Nobody was talking bad about you. And you're going to tell me what the fuck you don't even know about me? See, this is the
Yeah.
kind of
What
raggedy
I what
shit that
I
I don't
don't
even
what
like.
I what
I
I
don't even like it.
what I don't want is for people
Well, you
to
asking a
feel.
question, Angela White will ask a question in a question like form. See, y'all illiterate ass bitches get on my nerves. You didn't ask the question in a question like form, Angela White. You asked the question like you were saying that I don't believe in the Bible and I'm a fucking heathen and shit. That's how I read it when Hutch put it on the goddamn screen. Y'all bitches need to understand how to
but
type politically correct. So
Shelly, what was
I
you
read
saying?
it how I see it.
I
And do
was
you
saying
want to come
that
up on here and say what the fuck you saying to me? Because
what
I'm
I
reading it like I'm seeing it on the
let's
screen.
revert it back around. Let's bring it back full circle. What I don't want to happen is for us to have these conversations and for people to feel like, especially that they can't. And oh, ADK. Angela, you're more than welcome to come up here, and ask questions or whatever. But I don't want like how we were getting like people were enjoying the conversation. I don't want conversations that people are enjoying. I don't want those to turn into a screaming match over
I
something that I
she just
can
asked the
all
question how
walk
she
away
meant it
and get
because
something from
maybe
that.
I understood it incorrectly. But it looked like to me you're attacking me. You're talking about I don't read the Bible and I don't know. Are you speaking to me, Angela White? Is that you right there beside me, looking like an Indian lady? Is that you?
No,
Are you
no, no.
Alexis, AKD. I ain't
okay?
Angela
Well,
White.
where the fuck is Angela White? That's the bitch that I wanted to ask the
Well, I
goddamn
put the
question.
Bible verse that where it talks about food because I just had this conversation with my husband and just got him to stop eating pork because of it. We are not supposed to eat unclean food in the Bible. It
Well, girl,
says.
what the fuck are you talking about? Nobody's
I don't know
girl.
what Angela talking about. I'm just talking about, you
Okay,
could
all right.
eat
Well,
some
okay.
things, but not. I just put it in there to say because you
Yeah,
could
we
have
not. This is not
fish.
Bible. This not Bible study tonight.
Yeah,
We do that sometimes, but
but
that's not what
It's no
this is.
Bible.
So
It's
I don't even
not.
want
This
to
ain't
get
no
into
Bible
that.
study. So who the fuck Angela White? Why you gonna be typing some goddamn Bible study shit on your goddamn? We over here just chatting and shit. This why
I
I don't
thought
like.
we was really
I don't
talking
like
about the
goddamn
dairy
fellas.
stuff, but
Yeah,
And
go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
baby.
tell
I'm
y'all like
sorry. I
this.
didn't mean to
We
take your shine away. I
all
apologize.
and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna speak for us all, including myself. We can all stand to cut back on some stuff. So it doesn't even matter if you're eating at all. We can all stand to cut back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's bring it back around. Let's bring
Yeah,
it.
and if you're not gonna click on the link to have a healthy debate with the person, then you might as well just ignore that person because she's gonna keep going,
Yeah,
and it's a waste of
let's
time.
bring it right back around because we were going somewhere now. I don't even remember where we was going at. And like I said, beef sector or not, y'all know I always like to talk about other stuff. And I think it was a
It
good
sounded like we were going
conversation.
someplace really nice. Yeah, it sounded like we were going someplace really nice. I'm sorry if I messed it up, but Angela White's going to bring the Bible up in here and say whatever the fuck the hell.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
I'm
and I will say
enjoying the
this,
conversation a
zero
lot.
likeness.
Thank
You
you
know
three
what?
a lot because I love these type of conversations. Because
I'm gonna
somebody
say
out here is
this.
learning something. So thank
Eat
you.
eat what you want is correct, right? I agree with that 10 billion%. The only thing that I will say is I do feel sorry for the children because a lot of times children don't have a choice. Sometimes kids don't have a choice, whether it be their parents or whether it be financial reasons. So they feel like, okay, well, per se, maybe they will WIC. Now they can get free milk, free cheese, free eggs. You get what I'm saying? I think WIC
Yep.
just started making it
Hmm.
now where I think they give them, don't they get free fruit or something like that now with WIC? Or
Well,
is that
you can go to farmers markets now as well. I think something like that with WIC as well. I just was reading. At least in Indiana, they're allowing it. So hopefully every state they are.
and y'all should also check out y'all YMCAs. Angela White can hit the link, Lord. Um,
oh
hold on a
god,
second.
Well, let her hit it. I'm here.
Hello, Shelly. Hi,
Hey,
people
boo.
on the panel. Shelly, I just came up. I didn't come up to argue. I came up to explain myself because obviously I didn't type it correctly in the chat. What I was saying about fish is when y'all was talking about being vegan and the different things that people eat. Because see, I eat fish, but I don't consider myself a vegan. Even vegetarians say that you're not supposed to eat fish. And then the Bible says you're not supposed to eat anything with scales on it or or stuff like that. So what I was saying is it's in the Bible that I'm like, if we're not supposed to eat it, then I was talking about how Jesus ate it and how he took 3 fish and fed a bunch of people. I wasn't trying to be that. That's why I made it. I brought up the Bible. I wasn't trying to make it a Bible study or anything else like
Why
that. And
did
I
you
didn't make
say
it biblical.
you don't believe
Excuse
the
me.
Bible? Why is it
Excuse
private?
me.
No, no, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Excuse
These
me.
are the words of
But I'm explaining myself. I'm explaining why I wrote what I wrote in the chat. And then, and contrary to what people might think, I'm not scared to hit nobody's link. People's words don't get to me. I don't get frustrated over words like that. There's nothing that nobody, no strangers
God.
can
So
say to
explain
me.
it. So also
Excuse me.
explain it.
There's nothing, Shelly. I'm talking to you. I'm answering. I'm
You up
answering
here
what I was cut
explain
out
it.
about. So I'm
Finish
trying to bring it to
explaining
light
it.
as to what I was
Finish
saying.
explaining
I
it.
haven't come up here and called no one out their name. I didn't call no one out their name in the chat. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I was trying to just ask the question and talk in the chat. That's it. Because because I can be disrespectful and I can call
No,
people
you
out their
weren't. You
names.
got caught.
I
You
don't
got
care
caught.
about
You
what
got caught. You
strangers.
always
You
caught.
first of
Type
all,
shit in the
first of
goddamn
all,
chat and you got
first of all,
motherfucking
I don't
caught
care
in
what
it and got
strangers
caught.
on the
Okay?
internet
That's what
say
that happened.
about
And
me.
tell us
I got
that
people
I
in
don't
my
read the
real life
Bible.
that say
Tell me
stuff to
how
me, and
I
if I
don't
don't
read
care
the
about them,
goddamn
I don't
Bible
care about a
with my
stranger
goddamn card and free have with my
on the
goddamn
internet say about
information
me.
on there.
But I
You
came up here
can't
Lord
to
do
help
anything.
explain
us.
myself. I might have not typed outright what I was trying to say because I
Yeah,
wasn't trying to hurt
let her
nobody
say what
or
Angela
touch
has to
nobody.
say, just so we can see if it's hold up, somebody's
That's
on.
all I
Somebody
had
got
to say.
another device.
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful towards anyone. I never called no one out their name. I just said I was just bringing it back to it's just like with a vegetarian. Like when they say they don't eat certain things, but when I only thing I was saying is that fish is in certain types of fish there is in the Bible as to what to eat. That's all I was trying to say. Me, I'm the last person that can make anything biblical because I'm nowhere near sanctified, saved, or any of that. I'm just the sinner saved by grace. That's it. That's it, because I can get up here and have the worst mouth there is, talk more stuff than anybody else. But I wasn't calling myself being disrespectful. And people that I, generally come and check on, I don't disrespect nobody and nobody else's check unless they bring it to me. And that's the only way. And I'm
Hold on, lady.
sorry that I didn't type it the way and that it came off misconstrued. But that's the only time I'm
Yeah.
going to say, I'm sorry. You have a blessed day,
Okay, ma'am.
Shelly.
This is what
All
you
right.
typed
Thank you
in
for
that you
coming
said
up.
she said this. She said, but y'all talking about y'all okay, this is what the lady just typed. The
And
Angela
you know
lady,
what?
she
I
typed
do
in the chat.
want to
She said this. I'm sorry, Hutch.
no,
I'm
no,
going to
this is
read
what
what
I
she
do
said
want to
really quick.
talk about seriously. Not today on this live, but because I'm just gonna say this and then I'm gonna move on because I know people gonna get mad about this part. I am someone who may not always act like it, but I am saved, I am baptized. However, I don't necessarily, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I don't necessarily go with or buy everything that the Bible says because I feel like it was written by man and it was rewritten over and over and over and over again. So I
And
don't,
that's your opinion, and that's fine, and that's the thing that, and you don't even have to make an excuse for that, Hutch. I understand where you're coming from, and I might be coming from the same way too, Hutch. But this lady just overstepped her motherfucking boundary and said she said this, but y'all talking about what we should be and shouldn't be eating. So view is a view. So view is a view. You don't read or believe in the Bible. Like, I'm just supposed to just let that comment fly and not have any comment back to it. And you're actually saying the same thing. And there's certain things you shouldn't really be talking about: sex, drugs, and religion, or whatever. There's certain topics you shouldn't be talking about in social media. So the fact that this bitch put type that in there, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say, and I know what you're saying, Hutch, and I still kind of feel the same way. But there's certain things that we just should not be talking about. For this bitch to tell me I don't believe in the Bible, don't read the Bible, or whatever the fuck, bitch, don't even say comments like that. So you're aiding and abetting into whatever the fuck you're saying that we shouldn't be talking about. You stupid bitch.
View, did you happen to see Kimmy at church?
No, Kimmy was not at my church. Are you trying to be funny
Oh
to
no,
her?
she was at a church. So
I
that's
didn't
different.
see her.
No, no. I have
I didn't being
she
funny.
no,
Now
there's a
that would have been
video.
funny.
There's a video of
No,
Kimmy going around where she's at a funeral where she's standing
well,
up.
I can't. Y'all, I know I'm over here with certain people that everybody don't like, and y'all don't like them, and I don't like a lot of people on here, so I ain't gonna. I didn't see. So my answer is no, I didn't see it, and I ain't trying to get into
Okay.
no beef with nobody. I'm really not. But I just want this. So is the Angela Davis lady part of the church thing? But don't, I'm just calling y'all, don't get me into this. This bitch gonna tell me I don't read the Bible or believe in the Bible and stuff like that when the college that I went to is a biblical college. Are you serious? Y'all bitches really are just so fucking stupid when you're just putting these comments out. So Angela, this is for you.
Oh
Fuck
god.
you. Okay.
Well, I just think that we need to learn to sometimes I think we should separate
I think there should be some type of separate thing going on, and this might sound crazy to like people who are Christian and stuff, but we have to separate. Like, let's have a logical conversation about health. And if we're talking about meat, if we're talking about
Right,
fish, we're talking about dairy, why
right.
let's speak from a scientific standpoint. Let's not
I
speak from what
absolutely agree.
Jesus did and all this other stuff because we're not in
I believe in that.
that time or whatever anymore or whatever. And you got to
It's
understand, like,
2024.
fish has parasites. Fish has parasites. There's a lady who
So
fishes. I
does
watch her channel. She
pork.
says she doesn't even, she eats meat. And she says she doesn't even consume fish because when she pulls the rod out of the fish's mouth, there's parasites coming out. So you
Mm,
guys got to really consider all that nasty shit. People be shitting in the waters and stuff. Like, and you
mm-hmm.
guys put that in the scales soak up all that shit. And you guys put that in your body and in your mouth and shit. Like, no, it's
Eh,
retarded.
If you guys have ever heard of somebody got feedback, I'm not for sure what that is. If you guys have ever heard of JJ Smith, she does a 10-day green smoothie cleanse. The reason why she ended up like she did a cleanse like on her own, da 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 da, and then she created this thing, turned into a big old thing. But she ended up doing that because she was in the hospital and she had gotten very sick, and they told her it was because she was eating too much fish. She had mercury poison or something like that in her body. You guys can read her book. I mean, I know that's where I
That
heard it
too.
from her.
Right.
That can
The mercury.
happen. Yeah.
The
But
mercury.
because that
Mm.
because you have to get your blood work. You have to know what your body is able to tolerate. I know I'm probably speaking to a goddamn audience that's not even listening, but some
No,
things
they're
are,
listening.
even
People
though,
have been enjoying the conversation. So let's, you know what I'm
okay,
saying? Like we already been
okay,
on here two
so,
and a half hours, but let's bring it back
okay,
around and everything like
okay.
that.
But there
Yeah,
are
let's bring
things
it back
that
around.
foods that are labeled to be unhealthy that are not healthy for your body type, for what you are. What and the only reason, only way to determine what you are as a being is to get blood work. Go to your yearly exam, have everything tested to see what where you're working with. Some people can eat all this one thing and other people can't. So unless
Right.
you know exactly what you're dealing with, you really should not be listening to people and their advice of what they're dealing with in their life, especially when they've already had health issues. I've had health issues that I cannot offer anybody any advice for. Okay. So the thing that really got me really into this whole knowing what your body is because of the blood tests. I've been going to the doctors for years and they take your blood work and you never hear anything. But now we are at a point now where they can take your blood and analyze it and tell you what you're going to have years from now. They're going to tell you what you've already dealt with and what you're going to have. So that's very advantageous. So I suggest everybody just go get your goddamn yearly exam. It's free. It should be free to see what you had, and then also taking your records, what your family had, what your daddy had, your mammy had, your sister got, all that stuff. That's going to let you know where you are in life. That's going to let you know what you can eat and what you can't eat. You can't look at other people that are in desirable positions. I'm sorry, I'm seeming like I'm breathing and heaving. I'm just mad right now, and I do have sarcoidosis. I do have an illness. So you can't look at other people and just say, well, I just want to be like that, so I'm just going to not eat mangoes. You can't do that. You need to have your own work done. So for this bitch gonna tell me something about I don't read no Bible and shit like that, fuck you, Angela White. I don't give a fuck. That's it's for the death to the grave right now with your ass. Let me get off here so I can take my inhaler.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up and call it a day. Yeah,
Well,
cause
I definitely enjoyed this conversation. Hopefully, we can have more of these healthy conversations, without any kind of back and forth. Like, it's okay if we disagree with each other. We don't have to agree. That's what, you know, being mature is all about. That's what being an adult is all about. We don't have to yell at each other because we don't agree with each other. But when we're talking about health, we got to speak from a universal standpoint, which would have which would be for everyone, which would it would be like, scientific.
and logical reasons of why you shouldn't be consuming this, not just, oh, well, Paul said it in the Paul book, and Dimple said it in Dimple's book. You can't just, you got to be a little bit more logical when you're telling people why they shouldn't be putting things in their bodies. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Because it goes, I mean, I don't, that doesn't register well with me, that
Yeah,
conversation.
uh, I don't know. We had a great vibe going on up here, but somewhere along the line, something happened and it just went pa and we couldn't get it back. However,
Are you
what I'm
drinking
gonna do
tonight?
is I'm gonna run over to Treasure Lane because Treasure Lane is over there with his frenemy shirt on. And when I did like put my ear to the street, I heard him, shade Megabus, and it seems like he's talking about old dude in Baltimore. So I don't really know for sure who he is and is not talking about. So I want to get over there and find out. Okay. I will see you guys over at Treasure Lane. Thank you, This Heat, for coming up. Thank you, Viewers of You.
Okay.
Thank you, Alexis, and thank you to Angela. I don't have no issue with Angela. Me and Angela get along real good. Me
All
and
right.
View get along, so it's not
Right.
not but hopefully we can have this a healthy debate, if we're gonna have a debate at all on another time. But let's get over there to Treasure Lane and get into what's going on, since everybody wants to hear screaming and hollering. We are following you, Pastor Shelly. Okay, well, follow me over there to Treasure Lane, and that's Happy Life. You trying to come up, but the show is over, boo. You're gonna have to meet me over to Treasure Lane because I don't want to miss no more than what I have missed. And
All right, Shelly. Well, hit me up.
okay, we'll
I'm over
do.
there. All right,
All
bye.
right. See you guys later. I will give y'all a little outro music. And Happy Life, well, you can come up on the next live, but this live is over. Love you guys. See you later. Bye. Oh, I got a little moved around.
But if I your body, girl, I don't mind. Cause not only you, they my mind, oh. Girl, you too fine, go light, I lie. Me, I know the lie, oh. Not only you, they my head, oh. Yeah, only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause confusion in my head, yeah. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy. You're my fantasy. Only you, they my head, oh. Only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause commotion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy, yeah. Going on inside. Is this reality? Oh yeah, cause I don't wanna wake up from this dream. Them say something must kill a man, oh, nah, nah, nah. But if I your body, girl, I don't mind, oh yeah. Cause not only you, they my mind, oh yeah, yeah. See you too fine, me, I know the lie, oh. See, now only you, they my head, oh. Yeah, only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause confusion in my head, oh. Yeah, me, I know the lie, oh. Me, I know the lie, oh. Only you, they my head, only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause commotion in my head, oh. Yeah, me, I know the lie, oh. My fantasy. See, now only you, they my head, only you, my head, oh. Now you they cause confusion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, oh, I know the lie. Only you in my head, oh. Yeah. Only you in my head, oh. Now you they cause commotion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, oh, my